sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment. Yeah. Say it. Say it. Motherfucking jackpot. We still jackpot, bitch.
And to time the market when is with now in the honeymoon phase of Hex, it's better just to stake, buy, stake for the long term, get those shares and collect the 40% APY on average. Why are you going to try to out trade that 40% APY?
How you can say that with a straight face or not like laughing, giggling, and excited is like, it blows my mind, because you just said 40% APY. There is nowhere on the face of the planet where you're going to get 40% APY. It just doesn't exist anywhere, and to be pulling that off of a crypto that is solid and has been solidly doing these types of numbers is I mean, it's amazing to me that that's what we actually have in a cryptocurrency, is that type of APY, and that type of APY guaranteed by an immutable code. And I did say that. I said guaranteed. That's what we're getting right now. There's no way anybody can take your interest away from you that you've made. The price is going to dip and turn and jump and all that kind of stuff, but it's not going to take away your return on your Hex by staking it. So it's something very unique in the space in crypto. I mean, in investing period, you're just not going to get those type of gains anywhere.
Imagine what you might come back to when you run a 10 to 15 year stake. It's, when you put the numbers in the spreadsheet that I put together, it can be pretty impressive and almost seem unrealistic without even, manipulating the numbers that much. You don't need a $10 Hex to see a 7-figure profit when you have that long time horizon. And that was, by the way, I adjusted down to just 5 Hex per trillion shares for 15 years. And I understand it's going to be times it's greater than that, especially with emergency end stakes and your share percentage. So I think that's even very conservative there. I think when I did my video, I bumped it to say 35 cents at 15 years. This was with like 100 trillion shares staked. It wasn't anything huge, but you held that 15-year timeline. And then if you had your principal and big payday factored in at that price point, I think we're just like 1.4 million, maybe 1.2. So there's a lot of potential there. Of course, 15 years is a long time. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a long time. But it's gonna come and go whether you do anything with it or not. So Andrew says, I remember a story of camping when I was a kid in Washington, and we met a guy camping next to us. He told my dad about a coffee company called Starbucks and told my dad to invest in it. My dad didn't listen. Well, there's always those stories out there, right? I mean, my mom, didn't get into eBay. We talked about it at the time. There's a story too of a guy, I think it's in Detroit. He's working at a factory, and this is where you can kind of go to this rags to riches story too. He bought into a company called, I think it was Tampax, right? And nobody had heard of it at that time. And then all of a sudden, boom! Now it's this market brand. Every woman uses it. So he made tons of money on that too. So there's always these new startups, new things. Look, McDonald's was that. Apple was that at one point in time.
And then usually if you hold long enough, you're gonna realize some gains, or you're gonna see some of these gains. And Hex, it's only been, the bear markets have been very quick.
Yes.
And sometimes they've been prolonged, but they seem to be, dependent on what's going on at the time, but they seem to be kind of bought up pretty quick, and then, chop, and then we take the next leg up. But another analogy I wanted to bring back to Hex was, I know you're not a boomer, but you're like the tier below, but I'm sure you were around in the 80s when interest rates were in the teens, right? They were 10 for a little bit. 15,
but that's when they were teaching us how to save in savings accounts, and we did, and you put in there, and that was a decent return. I mean, I don't think it was quite that high, but it might have been. I don't know, but
it got there. Yeah, at one year, I think it was like 18.
Yeah, and I mean, and that was good, and saving made sense back then, and CDs and savings bonds and muni bonds and all those things made sense back then. Now, not so much.
Hexican, but it's supporting the community, and by them supporting the community and you speaking on their coin and promoting, hey, look, this is something fucking good. Well, that in the long run is going to be good for the person promoting you anyway. Who gives a shit if they're tabbing you on their computer and they walk and go do some grocery shopping or something?
Right.
But that's the mentality that I believe all Hexicans should have. On every single channel that promotes their product of Hex, our coin, we should be highly supportive, because in the long run, it's going to enable us to do what we need to do. We'll be able to go out there as billionaires and fucking make the world a better place, because that's what we want to do. It's been obvious. It's been defined.
Who's amazing with that is BallietBran. BallietBran sets the example to me in my mind of exactly what you're saying, what a real selfless Hexican is. It doesn't matter how many times a week I stream. It doesn't matter what's going on in the community. If somebody new, somebody's on again, BallietBran is supportive. He's not only retweeting it, he's in there, he's in that chat that day. He might just stop by for a minute, but you can guarantee he's stopping in the chat and saying, throw a like on this YouTube video, or leaving a comment there. He's so consistent and such a great inspiration to me. I love that he's my friend now. It's amazing. And like you said, I don't do it enough. I try to, but I'm not making it my duty to do it. And it's really just simple to show up, log, hit that like button, hit that follow button for everybody. If you saw a new streamer today, Michael, I forget his full name right now. I apologize, Michael, but it's first time streaming today. We could have made a big deal out of that as a community. I failed there. I didn't jump on and retweet his stream and, throw him a comment in it. And, how much did I appreciate that when I first started, that BallietBran was there for me, that there was another handful of Hexicans that showed up that first day and rode with me till today, and give me the confidence to keep going.
What's interesting? I'm the same way.
1 second, guys. Let's do the part 2. 1 second. Sorry.
And I think that mentality that you just presented is absolutely warranted. BallietBran, by the way, an amazing Hexican. He was definitely, on my streams, dropping donos and promoting me, retweeting. Like he's that guy, and there needs to be more BallietBrans, just to continue, putting forward the content, and really taking appreciation to the people who push our content creators like you. Again, I love what you're doing. You need to go up in the ranks, because this here is so unique, but so needed, especially now with the whole pandemic. You are doing God's work, man. You're not doing work for yourself. This is something different. Okay?
Thank you, Joker.
Absolutely.
Brand just asked too, like, not even why I'm saying all this. Bran asked for, I said to DM you, but now that we're talking about Bran asks Joe, what is Joker's ETH address to donate to? Right. So that's tonight. That's right now, a few minutes ago. I mean, that's who Bran is, just so, I mean, DM him, please. Bran's an inspiration to us all. And for you to go ahead.
I love Bran. Man, he's such a giving soul, man. We need,
Absolutely.
again, we that type of love is like, it's unmatched. And that's all in the Hexican community, guys. Like it's so fucking unique. I've never seen a community like this in my entire life. Like look at what what's his name was doing. Ski Cat. He gave away $50,000, bro. Where do you see that?
Cat gave me 500,000 hex on the 24-hour stream when I first came out and told my story. That was the first time, you know, in front of a large audience. There was 1,700 people watching. Maddie and I had been on for Hex Therapy Live, which we do Thursday nights after Hexologist. That was, you know, we're just learning. We're just figuring out the ropes. I went on that show. I provided my testimony. I didn't even know if I was going to talk because there was 10 people on screen at once. And for the first half hour, like my audio wasn't working right because my first time using StreamYard with a big group, I didn't have the settings right. And finally, like, it just came to an opportunity where, like I said, I didn't even think I was going to talk. And Hexologist looked over and said, "Hey, Joe, you know, what's your story with Hex?" And, you know, I said my story, and Maddie's made a video of this so I could see the comments as you know, I was providing my testimony, and nothing but love, just hundreds of comments of support. And then because of that support, you know, organically what happened was Ski Cat realized, you know, here's an individual that's been through the ringer, myself, and now he's here. And what did he do to help me? He donated 500,000 Hex, which at that time, Hex was at a penny. Just like it is today, it's a little bit over that. That was $5,000, you know, to somebody that I've never met. I don't know him. I don't know who he is. And like you just said, he's donated over 10 million Hex to people in the Hex community.
That's so amazing, man. That is so amazing. You know, again, it's a blessing. It's really a blessing, and we have the power to do it. Like, it's so unique, you know, and we have such outreach, and we know what we're about, and the coin's gonna explode, and we are the pioneering fucking content creators.
Right.
Hex art, surely we've got a Hexican who's a tattoo artist, right? Surely. I think there's going to be a lot of people.
I don't think we do, because there was a bounty for like tens of thousands of dollars the other night, and nobody took it. So I don't think so.
Is it bad of me that I want it to be BallietBran? BallietBran, I want you to learn. I want you to become an expert in tattooing.
All right.
Become the world's best tattoo artist, right?
I have to change my username and don't ever send me money. Imposters everywhere. Richard Hart, bracket, don't ever send me money. Imposters everywhere, bracket. That's fucked up, right? Like, I'm out there actually making an effort trying to stop the fucking scam. Everyone else is like, fucking that Richard, yeah, he's a scammer.
Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. ICOs, pump and dumps, they always try to take you. Buy low, sell high, I'm tired of your fake news. You need a token, you broken, you wanna see some massive gains? Lambo, new crib, model, wife, cash and chains. Look no further at your final destination. Don't be complacent every day when you paper chasing. Choose the best, leave the rest. Stop investing like you pressed. The only crypto that you'll ever need is Hex. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. Your investments are safe, it's got defenses. A mutable contract that pays trustless interest. I don't understand why everybody is hating. Hex is capped at 3.69 inflation. Shares are like hash rate. The higher you take her, the more daily interest that gets paid to the stakers. Always do your own research, don't listen to me though. It's complete, it can't be changed. Hex is finito. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. The game has changed, ain't no going back now. Dummies that called Hex a scam can back down. I hope you understand, I pray that you follow me. You owe the entire Hex family an apology. And stay sober, cash out, the game's over. Hex is here for the market cap takeover. Buckle up, we about to be full throttle. With multiple audits is where we get paid to hodl. We got the game smothered, sisters and brothers, with no expectation of the work from others. It's complicated, I know that there's a lot to this. For your daily Hex updates, tune to Hexologist.
What's up, guys?
Hex is like nothing that you ever been through. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the pumpamentals. If you like what you hear by now, stake twice. Just remember, yo, this ain't financial advice. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans.
Thank you, Richard, for creating and founding the most amazing and disruptive financial technology cryptocurrency ever. Thank you, sir. And nice streams, Mr. BallietBran.
Hey, what's up, everybody? BallietBran here. Hope everybody liked the intro. And actually, to Children of the Grave's point, last night was the Hex conference. It was day one. But to Children of the Grave's point, let's see. Freddie Quotes, he did a live performance that he pre-recorded. And I need to actually clip that part because I didn't do that. But that'll definitely be on the next stream, which is most likely going to be tomorrow. You know, maybe around the same time. Since I've got the rest of the days off of the work week, I am trying to stream, you know, as much as I can. So in the mornings, we're definitely going to be streaming. I mean, it's actually afternoon my time, so you know. It's kind of just going to be like the 16-minute intro, and then you guys can come in and, you know, watch later. But hope everyone's doing well. Last night, like I said, we had the day one of the Hex conference, and it was really good. There was the primary conference that I also spoke in. I need to clip that part out too. But so I spoke in the rapid round, which was hour 2, and then we had everyone else. We had the crypto spar book. We had those people, Alan and Hex Lion, do their presentation. It was actually very informative. So I need to exactly. Yeah, I'm always up to something. It's true, man. But good to see you too, children. And you should start that music, dude. Let's collab. Let's collaborate. So yeah, the crypto spar book presentation was really cool because it covered the difference between, you know, long staking versus short staking, and either way you're going to get, yeah, you're welcome. Either way you're going to get yield, right? You're going to get an APY based on what the daily staking percentage is. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got this too. But with Hex, the longer you stake, the more interest you earn. And if you can have the maximum stake length, then you're earning the most amount of interest that you can, you know, not including like the bigger pays better bonus. So I guess all of those actually do kind of combine. You got the longer pays better. That's something that'll always exist. Richard's mentioned that's in the smart contract, where if you stake up to, I forget the exact number right off bat, but I know it's around 10 years. Then you maximize the amount of T shares that you're getting. You triple the amount of T shares. And then if it's not up to the 10 years, then I believe it's just 20% every year extra that you stake. So 2 years would be, you know, 40% extra, things like that. So Hex Swimmer, I don't think I've seen you. Hey, good to see you, Hex Swimmer. I'm a huge swimming fan myself. I'm like a dolphin in many different ways. So gotta love swimming, you know. Love me some swimming. But they say see. Oh, who's doing airdrop? Maybe they're talking about like a MetaMask. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so for those that have been in Hex, there's been different airdrops. Like for the Hex.com, there was a Uniswap airdrop that had the Uni token, and then recently there was a 1-inch, like 1inch.exchange, I believe, is the other one that had an airdrop. And I actually had the same thing that Motley and I think a lot of us other ones where, is providing liquidity on Mooniswap, but not necessarily 1-inch directly. So didn't get that one, but yeah, that's what they're talking about is can you, is MetaMask, they're speculating that MetaMask is going to do an airdrop or their own token. So they might, we'll see. I mean, if one entity has done it successfully, which would be Uniswap, and then a second one has done it successfully, obviously when you give a whole bunch of liquidity to people, they're going to dump it for the most part. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we've got more things like MetaMask or other things like that might do the same thing. So Benny says, and I do got some. Oh yeah, 3641. We do got some people in D Live as well. So let's just say hi. So we got Serena. Good to see you. She was doing the rapid round as well, and we also had Timothy Benjamin. We had a lot of different people doing the rapid round that I really enjoyed. Identity Block says, I'm buying. Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm buying a tattoo gun. Next challenge, I'll do my own ink. LOL. Good stuff. Benny Blanco does this little cat. I couldn't tell if he was a cat or a rat, but yeah, it's a little cat. Cat dancing. What's good, Brandon? How's it hanging? The Hex price, that is. Okay, yeah, let's look at the Hex price. Thanks for getting me focused. All right, so let's go to the share and let's do this. All right, so we're looking at the Hex price right now. Cool, and I'm in there too. All right, let's scooch over a smidge. So this is uniswap.hex.vision, and we've got logarithmic turned on because otherwise it just, logarithmic is the way to do it. So we can kind of see, and this is just version 2. We've also got version 1 that's got more of a price history, but this is just the daily. And like I said, I'm no pro necessarily, but especially when it comes to like Richard and whatnot. But you can see like obvious lines of a lot of strength. Like right here, this was like an absolute wick down, which I know some people that are in Hex that were saying, holy shit, it's gonna go to zero. Price is going to zero. Sell, sell, sell. How can I sell if I'm locked? What do I do? And they actually weren't locked, so it was kind of erroneous for them. But that's the time to be buying, y'all. That's the freaking opportunity, because you can see we only wicked down here and here just a smidge before. And this, anyways, that was a damn good price to be buying. And just say if you had just on like a low to high ish, I mean 900% if you miraculously caught the wick down and the wick up, and even if you didn't catch the wick, even if you didn't catch that wick up, even where the price is right now, roughly, you're at 562%. Fuck, dude, like that's a lot. But so while we're sharing the screen, and while I can't really, I mean, I can see the comments on DLive, actually on Twitch too. Oh, can you show us how to turn that on? Yeah, so down here, you can see where my mouse is, log. So if you go to uniswap.hex.vision, down here is just logarithmic, right? So that's non-logarithmic, and then click it again, blam, logarithmic. You can also do like percentage as opposed to the price in dollar, but I like the price in dollar, right? Because that's what a lot of us, including myself, are looking at, right? So let's turn the logarithmic back on. So this is the daily, but we were going to go back to version 1. Let's do. This is just some stuff I think I drew on the last stream. Let me just zoom out a smidge. Yeah, there's a lot of pink there. I kind of don't like that. Let's do. Yeah, that sounds about good. We'll just leave that there. And then do one of these things. Okay. So kind of got colors everywhere, but I guess it's somewhat close to the hex colors, right? But this is just version 1 of Uniswap, which has like the historical hex price over time. So we can just see that hex is following this major nice trend line, and Richard's random line that he's got drawn on his trading view sometimes that he presents is not this one. It's way different, which maybe we can look at a little bit later. But let's I mean, yeah, if you kind of just look right here, so like from here to here, that's like one solid leg up, and then we frickin' pump like from this kind of support, I guess, from this wick, and then from here you kind of got a little support, another pump. This was the like God whale. We can actually zoom in since we don't need to be zoomed out all the way. So yeah, like right here was like the God whale pump, and we can see the price never went back to that level. So sometimes when you market buy a shit ton of hex on Hex.com, you do pretty darn good. And then we can kind of see, kind of followed this little line, it seems, until it broke out right about here. And that's my little rookie TA of the day. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Okay, thank you, Godwell, if you are out there. And here's the thing I want to say about that, Benny, is I think people would be, sometimes history repeats itself, and actually it does a lot of the times. And I think people in general would be naive when they're speculating to think that those God whales and those big ass wallets aren't going to be buying more in the future or investing more in the future. I mean, the $1 billion hex stake, or sorry, not $1 billion, but the 1 billion hex stake. What was I going to say? Just the amount of interest that person is earning, or the entity, whatever it is incredible. And I think those people, and we already have institutional money kind of coming in from chain analysis that we've seen, but I think it's just going to grow and grow and grow. And as the retail adoption of hex grows, and I actually kind of need to maybe lift it up just a smidge so you can see the hat. Cool. Any other coin would have tanked by now with the amount of selling that has been happening. The price action on Hex is different than anything I've ever seen. And the reason why 8 Hustler 8 is because Hex is the first, I don't know about like the first, but it's legitimate staking that's time locked. And when it's legitimate staking that's time locked, and when you have a smart contract that's locked in that consensus code and no admin keys or anything like that, then if you end the stake early, things like that, you're going to be penalized by the contract and how it functions. So yeah, it's different because when you're locking it, the actual hex. Yeah, let's do this on YouTube. We got 20 viewers, and across board we got 34, which I don't think includes DLive, which is 16. So we're doing decent there. And we Pineapple Express, Brandon, his guns. Yeah, with the new year and whatnot, I wanted to kind of do some goals too. So they're not necessarily like completely structured out, but we're working on it. Cutting out the alcohol and lifting a little bit. So I'm doing a stream at my girlfriend's apartment here in Seattle because later I'll be at my place, which is in Bellevue, and tomorrow I'll be doing another stream. I'm thinking about bringing my the green screen, like it's just the cloth, and maybe I'll just set that up separately, or maybe I'll just bring up the whole set with the stands and whatnot too. But I want to do that because my background in my room in Bellevue at our house that we're renting at with my family is I don't want like the, just personal stuff being exposed. Let's see. So Hex Swimmer. This is the beauty of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency was designed to get rid of middlemen, and for now we've got I guess a necessary onboarding a fiat, you have to go from US dollar or euro or wherever you're at to the crypto. And generally it's a centralized exchange that does the KYC and all that does that. But yeah, Hex has 100% uptime, and Coinbase is down today. I don't know for how long or if it's still down, but Hex doesn't have that problem. So if you have Ethereum, Hex.com, pay the transaction fee, quit bitching about the fees. We're all going to have to, stake. If the fees are too much, then add more Hex to the stake. And don't do so many small iterations of, I don't know if iterations is the right word, but don't do so many small stakes, because we'll just see how those gas prices go. Pump those guns, pump those gains in all facets of life. Hex rocks. You're right, Benny. It totally does rock. And fuck yeah, man. I agree. Hey, Pineapple Express. And I don't really, actually, I don't at all watch television or movies or video game or that anymore. But Pineapple Express, I did watch back in the day, and classic stoner movie. Classic. Let's see. My last transaction on Coinbase, they made me wait 10 days to transfer my Ethereum. That was 14 days ago. My question to you is, well, actually, you don't even have to say, but my guess on that would be that maybe you're newer to Coinbase, and that the longer amount of time that you spend on Coinbase and that you have, you can sell the Bitcoin into Ren Bitcoin, right? You can just wrap the Bitcoin to wrapped Bitcoin, I mean, and then you have Ethereum that you could just convert it to, and then maybe do that to USDC or Tether or whatever. So you could probably do that. I wish I could say the sun was out. Yeah, it's definitely cloudy. I mean, at least it's not raining. This is Seattle, and it's notorious for the rain. And I'll tell you what, the hills too. Just total random side note. I drive my car's got a manual transmission, and tell you what, you really gotta know where you're driving and not getting stuck on a hill with someone behind you, because that shit can give you a goddamn heart attack just trying to get up the hill. Especially one time I had it with the slipping transmission, or no, a slipping clutch. The clutch was slipping a little bit, and nothing's, well, yeah, pumping the clutch. I fuck that shit. Hell no, dude. Nope. No. I would not do any of that. I think a lot of that stuff is not to get political and whatnot, but yeah, in Washington State, yeah, at the Capitol in Olympia, there was some stuff, and yeah, all of those. No, I would rather just sit here, or maybe behind the in front of the green screen sometimes, and have that Hex earn interest trustlessly. So I don't like to do anything like that would involve me going to jail or anything like that. Yeah, I'm not that dumb. Oh, okay. Let's see. So Henry, welcome. I don't think I've seen you before, so good to see you. And let's actually cover the let's cover DLive real quick. I see Annette's in the. Shut up, Alexa. The Alexa machine. So I can see Annette's in the chat. She says, use a credit card. And then Annette says, instead of a bank account / routing. Yeah, if you on Coinbase, if you're allowed to use the option of a debit card, then yeah, I think you pay like a 2 or 3% fee, something like that. I actually haven't done it, but yeah, it's instantaneous since it's through a debit. I don't know about the credit card part, but at least a debit card, yeah. So yeah, use the e-breaks. You know what? With some of the stuff this 2020 or 2021, I should say, sometimes on stream it kind of you kind of space out. But 2021, yeah, is definitely going to be a good year. And not only is it like my golden year, I'm 24, and the it's my golden birthday and whatnot. But yeah, debit card, she means. But it's definitely going to be a year that, yeah, sometimes you got some extra money and whatnot, and you can take some upgrades, right? Like the car that I drive right now, it's used. It's not like it's new or anything. But I do plan to upgrade vehicles sometime soon in the future. That's more like safe and yeah, I'll still probably want the manual transmission because I've already been used to it, but it'll be a little bit nicer, yeah, with a good e-brake and tighter clutch and whatnot. So anyways, let's yeah, Hex never sleeps. Good vibes. So to all the dumb boomers, and I shouldn't say dumb because it's kind of like derogatory, but you know what? 1 second. Let me clear these notifications on this. Okay, sorry about that. I had to delete that. That shit gets so old. So yeah, Hex never sleeps. That's what I was talking about. So the traditional system is exactly that. It's traditional. We've got a new system now. It's called cryptocurrency, and the structure is not completely all the way completely built, but it's getting there and it's pretty freaking close. It's like I was born in '96, but I did have a computer in my room in 3rd grade, and I did see the evolution, I guess, and the progress of computers. Like, remember having, let's remove the comment. I remember having like the monitor. I shit you not, it was like, I mean, obviously the people that are a little bit older than me or my age would understand, but yeah, the monitor is like this big and deep. I mean, and the RAM was like 256 megabytes or megabits. I mean, but the point is the actual cryptocurrency system is not going away with immutable contracts, smart contracts that are audited, like the Hex.com smart contract, the go.hex.com, I guess, and then also the Uniswap. That one too is completely audited, no admin keys, so stuff like that can never be shut down. All right, let's see. We're gonna cover some D Live. Old Man Hex, howdy. My favorite US based exchange is Eris X. No referrals, just saying. Ross Hex, but swapping it for USDC on there and using Uniswap to swap that for Hex or ETH is quick. Yep. Colin, it still holds if your amount is huge. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about there. Oh, I'll take you to the beach when you buy a mansion in Hawaii. Well, here's the thing. I think I'd rather buy a mansion maybe in a different country that's not state-based per se. But Hawaii sounds fun. I mean, I do plan on maybe going there soon with some friends. So yeah, Hawaii sounds fun. I've never been, but like I said to the Hex swimmer person, I'm a big fish. I like swimming. Okay, so that's what they said there. Oh, nice. Yeah. You know, I think what I'm gonna do is be a little bit more conservative for the next. And Bitfinesse kind of talked about this last night on the social, but and by the way, we got over 53 people watching, so thanks all for that. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is just upgrade vehicles to what I from what I have now, but we're also not gonna like upgrade completely yet to the Tesla or anything. I think that'll be like the second upgrade, maybe in like a year or two from now, you know. So can you put that in a Pax? Pax is I think it's one of those things like Paxful or something. Oh, they're talking about the vaporizer. No, there's another thing called like that Gary's mentioned before, like I think Paxful, Paxful, something like that. Yeah, they're talking vaporizers, but yeah, there's also something else, Paxful, I think that does that. No Lambo? No, man, no Lambo. That's cheesy, dude. That's cheesy. I don't know. They're kind of it's kind of, you know, that's like peacocking to the max, and I guess social signaling and whatnot to the max, which I don't need to do. I would rather get a badass Tesla. Like fuck the Lambo when you can get a Tesla. What's that? Not is it the Roadster? Is that the one that's like super pimped out? Because I tell you, one of those things, it's only a 2-person seater. So if you don't plan on having kids anyways, then you're kind of good to go. But I didn't know there was another stream going on. I didn't see anyone going on, which is kind of why I chose to stream now. I'd be curious to see who else is streaming. Yeah, that's one thing I don't try to do is like stomp over someone else like when Richard was streaming or RG3, anyone. Try to stream when the other ones aren't, so we can all watch each other. Yeah, let's see. Timothy Benjamin, he's got a channel on YouTube. If you just type in Timothy Benjamin, he's a Hexican, kind of like doing some traveling and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, hey, to each his own. Lambo's great for some people. That's totally fine. Being that it is an Italian car and whatnot, and all that stuff, it's just like any like foreign car that you get made. Like my dad's got a Mercedes, like what is it, SL 500, and that thing it's badass. Who are you talking about last night? Okay, I'm out of the loop. But Nate J, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, Nate J was in the rapid rounds, I believe it was, or he was at least with Crypty, I believe. So that was good. The Hex conference, for anyone that doesn't know, the Hex conference is in about 4 hours, and it was really cool actually. Last night was yeah, you got the right mindset. Thank you. But last night there was the conference itself. So Crypto Sparbook, and then myself, and then what's his name? Maddie had his own little segment, and we had everyone kind of do their own thing. Let's see. Freddie Quotes had a like I mentioned earlier, like a live performance thing that he pre-recorded. That was great. But today it starts in about 4 hours again, I believe, at the same time. We can actually do that real quick since we want to be kind of relevant. Let me go back to the share screen. 1 second here. What the heck's going on? All right, I guess I'll stop it and then go back in real quick. 1 second here. Share screen. All right, so yeah, we'll go here. And then we'll do hex changes, hexchanges.com. That way we're sharing the screen still. Okay, so this is the conference that we were kind of covering yesterday. So today will be day 2, Thursday, January 7th. And looks like it's going to start off with, Maddie will do kind of his thing, like the intro, I guess, and then it'll lead into, well, actually, last night they kind of did it, I believe, from how people came in through StreamYard, but the way that the people will be on there at least is Barely Crafty, Huddle Dog, this gentleman. I think this is going to be Alan Bittner actually. This might be Crypto Kool-Aid. This is Gary Funding Jim. This is Matt Crypto Coffee, and then Nerd Girl, Johnny Chaos, Crypto Grandma, Motley, Kinetics. And then Hexologist, he will be doing the keynote for day 2. And let's see, and then we're gonna have a Hex Social, which actually, if Joe or Maddie happens to be watching, I want to join the social today because yesterday I couldn't because the girlfriend was sleeping, and so it's like, all right, well, if I got the time off, then I'll just sleep at my house so I can stay up as long as I want with all you guys. So even when the stream ends, the social stream ends tonight. Maybe if everyone's still up, we'll do like a late night stream too. So Crypto Vince, we got everyone in the house. I mean, yeah, we got 56 people watching. That's great. Yeah. So Trevor, let's cover that real quick here. Let me get to the screen. All right. So yeah, that's day 2. Let's just zoom out a smidge. All right, and then scroll up. Do one of these. So that's day 2. Day 3. Oh, come on, 1 second here. All right, so day 3 is going to be Friday, January 8th, at least on Pacific Standard Time at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock p.m. is when it starts in my time zone. But so here's the people we're going to have. This might be Crypto Kool-Aid, maybe, or someone else. Who knows? But we got Bitfinesse. I like Bitfinesse. He's great. We got Kyle, Dev Kyle. He's got a channel actually, and it's called TriHex, I think. He's got like Rapid Prototype, I believe, on his like Twitter and socials. But then on his YouTube. I think it's called like TryHex. But then, anyways, we got Silver the Antidote. We got Kyle again. This will be the staking for the hour 2. We got Kyle, Kareem, Firebun. He's also one of the partners with Staker.app. And then we got Big Kurkowski. Big Kurkowski is great. He's actually quite the OG. He yeah, RH will be on Saturday. Exactly. Yeah. You're welcome, Trevor, for sure. Yep. Thank you, Vince. Thank you. Let me make sure Vince is mod. 1 second. Let's just go into, let's get some mods where they, and I've never seen anything from Trevor, so you can be a mod. 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 Oh shit, El Accidente. Whoops. Let's get you a moderator status. Serena. See, like I was saying yesterday, I think, yesterday in the stream, is that sometimes you got so many platforms on StreamYard that you're streaming out to that you forget to mod everyone. So there's a couple mods. Children and Trevor should have, you guys should have mod status there. And then on Twitch, let's see how we're doing on Twitch. Pabalawa, great. Okay, so Twitch is doing its own thing. And then we got yesterday we got the D lives, or the Twitch, I mean, we got all that stuff set up. So I think there's like subscriptions and like bits that you can do too. And then there's also a Ethereum address that you can donate Hex to if you're ever interested as well in the description. So yeah, no Lambo for me. Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to cover in D Live is nice. Cybertruck reservations are $100. So that's oh, well, okay. Yeah, obviously it's going to cost more than that, but anyways, let's see. So we're still sharing the screen. So that was day 3, and then RG3 he'll be doing the keynote, and I'm excited to see their keynotes. That'll be great. And it's funny how like in the community, because I've got 3 older brothers, I know Oprah. Yeah, Brand feeling Oprah-ish with the mods per usual. Well, it's similar to when Hexologist was. I honestly, I don't think I was following him at this time. I kind of found him like a couple of months into it with Discourse Syndicate too. But anyways, yeah, I guess there's some jokes saying that he's mentioned on his channel before where people were like, giving him some crap because like all of the people commenting were mods, but I don't think that's a bad thing if the people that are your mods, you can actually trust to be on your side. So those are the people that I mod. But yeah, exactly, definitely pretty Oprah-ish. So let's get back to the meat and potatoes. Richard Hart will be doing the keynote for the last day on Saturday. But so the last day on Saturday is going to be, I believe this is going to actually be Hex Lion, and that I believe they're going to switch Hex Lion and 8bit_Hex. I believe they're going to switch. Is kind of what I was trying to say. So we got Dollar Cost Crypto, Big Pep. Big Pep's great. We got Yash Deep for hour 2. This is actually going to be really good. I'm looking forward to this. So we're going to have Randy Hilarski. We're going to have John. I don't know if that's actually his name, but yeah, we're going to have John Wick, the second guy right here. David Feeder. Last but not least, Joe Hexotic. And then only a 2-person panel type deal for the last hour is going to be Maddie Allen, and Richard Hart. And then we're all going to have a good listen while Richard does a keynote, and then we're all going to do a little social. So it's great. Yeah, I think. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, you said something on RG3 stream about my girlfriend, so it's kind of like, fuck you, dude. Like I said, you can earn it back, but I didn't miss that comment. So anyways, but yeah, like to keep people on my side. Yeah, I don't think it is his real name, but I guess from what I've heard, he's a financial advisor, and he's great. He's in my intro. And actually, I'm gonna get a sip of water real quick. So let me let me show you guys. If anyone doesn't know, this is Joe Hexotic. This is his song, and he did a remix, I guess, of Naga Bo, the ching, or I think it was the slicing and dicing, motherfucker, and he's got this badass like sheath or like this little knife thing. So we're gonna play that. It's actually from the intro, but it's like the first minute of the intro, so I need to. Anyways, listen to the damn intro. Let's remove this. Give me 1 minute while I get a sip of water.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment. Yeah. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Motherfucking jackpot.
Okay, so I can see some people didn't like the swearing, but we're back. That was Joe Hexotic's great remix of Nagabo. So I agree with that comment. Vince, that can be a domino effect of other influencers to come and learn a few things. This is great. I'm glad Richard is doing the keynote on the last day, which is going to be Saturday. Hey, good to see you. Awesome. Price went up. Yeah, let's finish covering. For whatever reason, it's not showing the screen. There it is. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so let's finish covering real quick here. So Richard Hart's going to be doing the last keynote of the last day. Whoops. And then we're all going to have a social. So for anyone that actually doesn't know the socials, to my knowledge, anyone can join that was watching. You know, even if you're not like a cutthroat or any of that, you know, kind of like a Discourse Syndicate hangout. So we're just going to scroll down a smidge. And then, yeah, it's got the whole line up there. So that's, you can also go to allmylinks.com/all-in. And there's that. Cool. So let's go check out Uniswap.hex.vision again. Let's see, 133. Not bad. Not bad. So I posted a tweet whoops, I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing the screen. Okay, let's share the screen real quick. I'm glad I go back to StreamYard and double check that I'm actually sharing the screen. All right, let's do this. Okay. And then we'll do this. All right, so I'll get back to the chat in just a second, but last night I posted a tweet pretty much just saying that this is the accumulation, and I think it's like the Wyckoff maybe, but I at least know this is the accumulation part. Anytime you've got like a range, and I guess for this example, we'll just say something like this, just for this example that I'm making. But there's always a range of accumulation, and generally there's a breakout too. I tell you what, this shit's looking pretty freaking good. You know, for any like technical analyst people, not always does. It's kind of like just something you can use as like a, you know, oh, it might do this, it might do that. You know, there's always possibilities. The brand pump. Yep, exactly. But last night when I posted my my tweet, it was like 1.1, yeah, 1.1 something of a penny. Now we're at 133. That's not bad. 1.33 of pennies. So that's great. The old man Hex says, nice conference lineup tonight. Exactly. But so yeah, this is kind of like a classic bull flag, classic ass bull flag. And this is just Uniswap version 2, not even version 1 with this low time frame. But you can kind of just see like, man, this is looking pretty darn good. I guess if you want to go from like a historic standpoint, you can kind of come back here to like October. Yeah, I remember around my birthday it pumped, right? So kind of over here we've got like another form of accumulation. And let's scroll this up a smidge. So like right here, we kind of have it like same thing, like in an uptrending line. And then we've got accumulations whole time where it's holding like from here where my cursor is, from here to the top right here would be like the accumulation before we have this nice breakout to that 1.5 pennies. All right, so let's go back to where we're at today. So we're doing good. The hex price is doing good, guys. Let's actually go to, that's looking good. That's looking real good. Let's go to the daily, and then we'll just cover some other info and also interact with the chat a little bit. Yeah, I tell you what, with the way that the new year ended, I was so happy to see this. Like, congratulations to Richard Hart for 100% uptime. Congratulations to all the Hexicans that did not get fudded out. All of that. It's really great. Okay, yeah, take care, Russ. You too. Chart looks amazing. At hey, wow, nice day. And 1 second, bot is going to be banned. Come on, work with me. Okay, 1 second, ban. No reason. Yeah, sometimes on Twitch or when you're streaming to 5 different platforms and things like that, sometimes you can get like actual bots, and that was a Twitch bot. Cool. So the Twitch bot's deleted. So good. I mean, excellent news. Exactly. So hexy. So nice. Shouldn't say that word. Let's see. Some charts don't catch that 2 penny point on New Year's. It happened so fast. Well, I'm curious what chart you're looking at, because the actual chart that we were looking at when we do this is the Uniswap version. So this is if you're buying or you're selling on Uniswap, this is the price. And this is something that's like super cool that, yeah, exactly. Ching ching. But this is something that's super cool that Firebun did, where he's extracting a DeFi product like Hex with no admin keys. They're extracting that live data, and that's what this is. Yeah, I was looking at pleb charts. Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. Because where all the liquidity is, you're lagging. Okay, maybe it's on Twitch. I mean, hey, Pabalaba. So I do have the like subscription and affiliate whatnot on Twitch. I think you might be able to on your settings actually. You might be able to change that to like 720p, because I think I'm streaming on 1080p there. All right. So Serena, hey, good to see you. You did great at the conference yesterday. And she does these little up and to the right little. Hey, what's up, Brian? Good to see you, man. And yeah, actually, don't really have much more. Like, we can kind of keep going, and I can keep ranting and whatnot, but I've covered a good amount. If anyone wants, let's copy the link. If anyone wants, I mean, I've got the headphones in. Last time I had someone on the stream, I didn't have the headphones in. I had a wireless version, and it wasn't working very well. But if anyone wants, you can join the. I'll see who's in the green room if anyone wants, if anyone wants to jump on, feel free. But anyways, good to see you, Ryan. Good to see you, my friend. Let's do this. Yeah, that's the chart right there, straight from the code. Well, straight from Uniswap. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. That's how it should be. Exactly. That is how it should be. And it's amazing that, Coinbase had hey, what's up, man? Let's new person in the chat. So let's see him in the green room. 1 second here. Let's add him on. K Eon. 1 second. Add to stream. Actually, let me remove this comment first, and then okay, cool. Hey, what's up, my friend? How's it going? Can you hear me? Okay. Nice. All right. Maybe get set up, I guess, with whatever you want to do, and we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, if anyone wants to join, feel free. I'm definitely going to be moderating on whoever's coming in. So if you got something you want to contribute, then come on. So let me if you want, feel free to get your audio set back up and your screen. Don't come in with just your audio. I won't do that. Hey, Ryan, there we go. Let's man. So what's up, Ryan? How you doing?
Hey, 1 second. I got to search for my mic.
No worries, dude. No worries. It's all good. I'll mute your mic for just a second. So yeah, we got a. Okay, cool. Yeah, dude. If you're gonna come into the StreamYard, then have your mic set up. So I'm just gonna kick you until you have your mic set up and all of that stuff. So otherwise, no one's coming on. So people like Ryan, he's someone I can trust, and he's been speaking positive about Hex. So let me throw out that invite link to all the Hexicans. And honestly, I'm more prone to just talking with Ryan and anyone that I do know than people I haven't vetted yet. So I am gonna most likely, so we don't have any bad things happen or bad people try and screw over the stream. I'll next time set it up to where you need to authenticate your YouTube or sign in via Facebook, whatever, so we don't have any people trying to get BallietBran banned or people, because that's one thing I learned is on that stream that I had, and I left it up for a reason to kind of have it for a lesson as myself, but yeah, when I'm having other people on my channel, it's something that's going to be moderated and something that's going to be looked at very closely, so we don't have just like why we have moderators in the chat. We don't want any bots coming in. Okay, cool. So it looks like Ryan's back at least. Let's 1 second. Let's unmute the mic real quick. Oh, okay. He still muted himself, so I can't unmute it. So, anyways, at least you're unmuted on my end. Cool.
Oh, okay. He still muted himself, so I can't unmute it. Let me switch my mic.
No worries. Just give me like a something like that, like a wave or something when actually. I guess.
There, boom. I think we're good.
Okay. Cool, nice, good to see you, man. How you doing, Ryan?
Dude, I was like searching for my mic adapter for freaking so long, I couldn't find it. Gosh.
Oh, no worries, dude.
Yeah.
How you doing today? We're you're still doing the traveling thing, right? Are you? I haven't seen anything recently, but I know you. The last one I saw, maybe like a couple weeks ago, you had like a vlog somewhere over in South America somewhere.
Yeah, man. I've been traveling down here in South America. My apartment yesterday got flooded, so I like had to like just a lot of problems, man. So I moved. Yeah. So I had to move, dude. But like this is where I'm at now. Let me just give a little view. And I have there's like an outside balcony.
Nice.
Let me try to get like a view of like over here.
What country is it, if you don't mind me asking?
in South America.
South America, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah.
like I've mentioned before, my girlfriend's from Venezuela, and I've seen the country before, not
Yeah.
physically, but it's not saying that
Yeah,
that's the
man.
country, but yeah, South America is beautiful, and that's awesome. You're over there.
Yeah, dude. Colombia, and
Nice.
and yeah, dude. I lived in Cucuta, Colombia, on the border for a while, and I met there's a lot of Venezuelans, man, there. So I've come across a lot. And you said your girlfriend is from Venezuela.
Caracas.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Should put this right here.
Did you say Bogota or did you say Cucuta? I've never heard.
It's called Cucuta. That's where I lived. It's on the border of Venezuela.
Okay.
That was pretty interesting. Try to get set up, man.
Oh yeah, no, take your time, man. Yeah, I mean, thank you for joining on such short notice. I'm glad I have an intro that's 16 minutes or so, because when I randomly do these morning streams before the conference in 3.5 hours and whatnot, I want to give at least people a little bit of a head start, because I wasn't too sure what time I was going to stream at. So
yeah, man, but I've just been really busy running around. I just ordered food. They're gonna drop it off. I got a salmon dish with lettuce, and I got a pizza and lemonade. So I'm waiting for them to drop it off. But
nice, dude.
They're checking out this place. It's it's pretty cool. It has cool views. It's like a upper penthouse thing, but it's there's shared rooms. So there's other people. I met this guy here. He was from the U.S. from Maryland. He's upstairs. It's there's a lot of rooms. So it's not a private penthouse. It's shared, but really cool, really nice views of the city. Just kind of hanging out. I just arrived the past hour or two, but yeah, man. But I want to hop on, dude. I mean, I want to say you've been doing a great job with everything.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
You've been putting in the time, the effort, the streams. You have the whole setup. You have a nice mic there. Look at that.
Slowly but surely,
Yeah, you have your hex binder.
Yeah, actually, I never actually mentioned it, but this was from when RG3 and I was hanging out right there. So
nice, dude.
So yeah, I got access to got these printed on some nice, some cardstock, and
yeah.
Anyways, I've got some other photos too, that are hex related, and that's just one of them. And then right here we got the one that Hexologist did, and then actually
nice.
Right here we got I got it from think Hex Memes or Hex Design, but it says Hex, and then your future is brighter than you think, something like that.
That's awesome.
So anyways, yeah, trying before I get the OBS stuff set up, because I still need to talk with Joker about that. Trying to do a smidge to make that happen, make the channel better every time I stream. So trying.
Yeah, I feel OBS is probably the kind of cleanest, or you can do the most with it. If you want to play an intro video for your channel or an outro video, or I think they use OBS. I haven't really gotten that far on the streaming stuff. I just do basic StreamYard, and it's been cool, for me so far. But Restream, people have been using Restream. Let me see the comments here. What's and Identity Block? What's going on? I've been seeing Identity Block everywhere. Awesome work. Let's see who else is in here. Don't Panic. El Hexidente, what's going on? Serena.
Myself and El Hexidente might actually be having a meetup too sometime, maybe.
Nice. That'd be cool.
So. And then same thing with myself and actually Kool-Aid. So if anyone doesn't know, Crypto Kool-Aid not only has he been putting a lot of work in, but he does the hex changes, the background. Hey, the Basat, the hex change website, go to Hex.doctor, and that's where you can find out the stream info.
I'm gonna grab my phone really quick so I can see when the food's coming.
Yeah, please do, man, for sure. Okay, cool. So I'll hear some nice music in the background. I'll put that on mute for yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Kool-Aid. Man, that guy, he and yeah, I got you on mute. So let me
cool.
Cool. Got the phone, nice. Well, yeah. He's a real mofo, real motherfucking T, I guess.
Yeah.
Hanging out with him. It's gonna be cool.
Jimmy D, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
Nice. Yeah, Kool-Aid did such a good job on the back. Oh yeah, I really yeah. Let me maybe you can chit chat for just a second while I get that background so I can show everyone.
Sure.
So
Sure. There's so much stuff going on. Like I've been kind of traveling. I had to move today and but there's just so much stuff. Like I really can't keep up. I joined the after show last night on Joe Hex.doc's for a bit, talking with everybody, and their presentation that Hex Germany did was outstanding, man. Was outstanding. I've been around a lot of like professional academic speeches and presentations and things, and I studied really hard my whole life. I went to college. I had like a full ride scholarship and was in all kinds of really smart classes, and I've seen all kinds of presentations, and that was really top tier. That was very top tier presentation, like really very good, very high quality, very high caliber, excellent.
I agree completely, man. It was super well done, and I think
that was great.
I got one of the versions at least. 1 second, let me see. Okay. Yeah, I know. So did you watch all of it, or what all did you watch?
I saw the intro was cool.
Okay.
Then I saw the part with Hex Germany, and I saw when Kareem got on for a bit.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's it. And I saw
Okay,
some
nice.
other parts of the other part, but it was like 3 or 4 hours long, and I was just kind of moving around. It's just
Totally.
it's hard to to catch everything. Usually when I watch content, when I consume it, I do it on like 1.75x speed or 2x speed, but that presentation, when I saw that, I was like, hold on. I was just tuned in, watching it like, oh my God, this is nice.
Exactly, man. No, the conference was great. And speaking of, real quick, I'm just gonna put the let's just share the screen. Okay. This is at least one of the photos. Let's do this real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Zoom in. Okay, cool. So let me zoom in. So I don't know if this is at full res, but yeah, this is Crypto Kool-Aid. This is his work, and this is
my
for
God.
the Hex changes. So we got let's see, I can see Yash, RT3. I didn't realize the photo that he asked me for was the selfie was for this. So I kind of smiling as I go to work, but coffee. Let's see, John. Chaos, of course, hexologist. I think this is cool. Sorry,
Hexline.
Hexline. Yeah. Let's see.
Is it Motley?
So I know that's Kinetics. That
looks
definitely,
like,
yeah, I think that's closer
Motley.
to Motley. Yeah. So that's Joe Hexotic.
Joe Exotic. Dollar cost. Randy.
Randy Hilarski, a bit. Alan.
Who's that one?
I'm blanking.
I can't.
I don't know.
Can't recognize that one.
I don't know.
Maddie.
I interacted with him a couple times. Exactly. So yeah, Maddie, Crypty Girl, of course, Firebun. That's a good. Firebun's got a great.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
That might be Kool-Aid. I'm not sure. Can't really tell. That may or may not be him.
I don't know that one, and I don't know that. Who's that one?
Wick. That's John Wick.
Actually. Oh, that's John Wick.
He's in my intro. Yeah, and but
it's funny because I'm not used to seeing pictures of John Wick. That's not John Wick.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what I guess his real
I forgot he's human and he's not a character.
Yeah, I know for sure, man, for sure. Yeah. So that's that was to your point. Like the information, the Hex content is so vast anymore that it is hard to keep up with, and I've got that problem even solely watching Hex info. So it's definitely a good problem to have in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let's back up here. Cool.
Yeah, that's nice. A very good piece of work that was done by Crypto Kool-Aid, you said?
Yeah, Crypto Kool-Aid. Yeah, he's in the Washington State area as well, and
okay.
Him and I are I've got a gaming laptop now. I got because before I was just using my girlfriend's MacBook Air, and that could do StreamYard, but then the more tabs that I opened and the more that I streamed across, it's like, okay, dude, you need to upgrade. So
it gets kind of hot. I have a MacBook Air as well, or I have a MacBook Pro. wait, you guys are actual people. And yeah, it gets kind of hot. It gets kind of hot. If you're really going to go hardcore stream, I think you just got to get a nice desktop with a strong CPU. I really like what Hodl Dog has. It looks like he has a nice, powerful setup there. You could just, if you're into making pre-made videos, it could render the videos really quick, really fast. If you're streaming, just stream, no problem. I think RG3 got a new setup. Hexologist, I'm sure, has a good setup. If you're going to be streaming all the time, you got to get that strong CPU and just, so you can have that firepower.
I agree, man. And that was kind of like my dilemma. And I'm glad that I talked with one of my brothers, because he's like, yeah, Brandon, with how much you travel, it doesn't make sense to have like 2 stations or the workstation as far as like a desktop goes at your girlfriend's place. Just get a gaming laptop, and then that way you've got enough processing power, you've got enough cores, you've got enough RAM, and even the graphics card is like a 1660 or something. So that alone has like 8 gigs of RAM, I think, inside of it. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. We should build our, I had one custom built. I had a custom built desktop, and I built it back in March. I ordered all the parts, custom, everything. I think I spent like $1,200 on it, but it was a really good deal, and it was really just custom built. And I was super excited. I had it, and then that's when I decided I had to flee the country and move to Mexico, because I thought that the world was going to end, and I thought the U.S. was going to end. So
that was in March, you said?
Yeah, in March of 2020.
Yeah, nice.
And I was just like, oh my God, it's over. I have to go. And then I decided to sell my computer, and I bought Hex with it. And that was actually a good decision.
That's cool.
I think I sold it for like $800, and I just bought Hex.
Nice, dude. That's awesome, man. That's really cool.
Yeah. But I still would like to get a nice strong desktop. I think that's super necessary. If you know where you're gonna be at and not be on the road a lot, gotta have it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the desktop itself, Archie was saying custom built is best, and I completely agree with a desktop like that. Yeah, you don't, like with the laptop, there's only so much you can do with it, this gaming laptop, but with the desktop you can at least remove, replace, upgrade.
Definitely. But dude, since we're on stream one-on-one, when did you first kind of like find out about Hex and get into it? Because if I think back, when I first started to see you, I want to say Discord Syndicate early days. I remember you started coming on.
Yeah,
but I can't remember exactly. But what's your story, man? Like, how'd you discover it? How'd you get in and everything?
Sure, yeah. So been in since day one, and I've actually been following Richard Hart since maybe April of 2017. And so he was always one of the people that I followed, and I followed other couple people at the time, but Richard was always the Bitcoin maximalist, and then he started talking about Ethereum, and hey, Ethereum's actually doing this and that and this and that, and guess what? Bitcoin's not doing this and that. And long story short, when he came up with his own idea to make his own cryptocurrency, he always talked about there's only 2 people that get rich in crypto, like founders and holders. And so it was really cool when he came out with like Bitcoin Hex initially, and then he was getting like, not clout, but he was getting like shit talked from like Bitcoin maxis that were like, "Look, you Richard, you're using Bitcoin Hex for the Bitcoin name." And then he's like, "Well, screw you. We'll just do Hex." So been in since day one, but I didn't realize, like I was in some of the telegrams, and I was reading Sci-Vive in 2017 and whatnot too, but I didn't realize that there was Hexologist and then RG3 until maybe like a couple of months into them streaming. So yeah, that's probably when you saw me on RG3's show. I remember seeing him and being like really nervous, because he would be like, "Hey, I've got the StreamYard link. Let me throw it out," just like I did. And you're setting it up with your phone or your computer. For anyone that doesn't know, it's much easier on your computer, in my opinion, your computer or laptop. But anyways, Yeah, so been in since day one, my friend, and been staking since day one, and did the free claim and all of it. So
Nice, awesome, man. That's really cool that you followed Richard even before Hex launched. Yeah. And with me, I came across a video of him, I think in 2018. I think with like maybe Ivan on Tech or someone he was on stage, and I maybe watched it for a couple minutes, and I was kind of intrigued, like, who is this guy? He seems pretty smart, but I didn't really follow him too much. I kind of just, crypto. That was 2018 was a horrible year, man. Like that year sucked for crypto so bad.
oh yeah,
That was so bad, man. It was just like down. And then like I started getting back into it 2020. And then or no, 2019 I started getting back in, and then I saw that video with like him and Tone Vase. I don't know if you saw that one.
yeah, he destroyed his ass.
Dude, that was the one where I was like, oh my God. I was like, what the heck is Hex? And then I started doing research,
Don't Panic says we've been pumping this whole stream.
Nice. What's the price now?
I was gonna say, let me get up the price 1 second here. Let's do, and that's version 2. Let me just make sure. Okay. All right. So we're on.
Looking good.
Let's get out of this.
Nice. Yeah, looking good. So if you were to do some short-term price analysis kind of predictions for the short term, what would you like? How do you read this chart? What are some of your thoughts?
I was doing it a little bit earlier. I think right before maybe you kind of. 1 second here. Let me just refresh the screen real quick here. I think right before you hopped on, I was maybe 20 or 30 minutes ago. It's going to load, but as it loads, I was talking about, it was at 133 penny point 33, and I was saying that this is just the hour, and we can go to the 4 hour too, or the 6 hour, but let's just say even 1 second. It's just taking just a second. The 1 hour, the 4 hour. The long story short is we're accumulating right now. Like right here, we can see this is a total fucking bull flag, man.
Dude, yeah.
Bull flag.
You can really see it when you go into those shorter time frames. This is the 4 hour. Yeah. See, with mine, with mine, I have it on the I usually keep mine on the 1 day. And I just look at the over, like the whole, like everything, the super long term kind of chart. But when you get into the smaller time frames, like the 1 hour, the 4 hour, you can really see the trend a lot clearer. And when you just put when it was on the 4 hour, you can, and even on the 1 hour, you can just really see it, man. You can just see it. Any dips are just getting bought up quickly. And it's just like it looks very strong. The price actually looks strong. But actually, I've been looking at the Hex to ETH chart. I don't know. Do you look at that one ever?
No, not really. But we can for the sake of the stream.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah. Do the V1. Do the V1.
Okay, V1. All right, 1 second here. And then let me pan it out to 1 second. We're on V1.
Interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting, man. It's just like you can really get the picture. Of course, this is the V1, so it's not as accurate. It may be off a tiny bit here and there, but in general, it's right about there. And right now we're on just a really, it seems kind of like Hex has some little bit of like inverse correlation to Ethereum, to where when Ethereum starts rallying really hard, Hex seems to just kind of dump a little bit. It seems to kind of go down on its Ethereum pair, but then once Ethereum loses momentum, it seems like Hex just really goes hard. So I think right now Ethereum has obviously been rallying pretty steadily the past few days, and Hex has kind of been going down on the Hex to ETH chart. But I think that it's just kind of building up, and it's building up. And once ETH loses a little bit of steam, I really think Hex is just going to go up a lot and just really kind of get that upwards momentum.
I agree. Yeah, no, it's nice. Someone that I know that's in Hex now, and I've kind of introduced them to it and whatnot. They're saying like, oh, should I go in ETH? Should I go in Hex? And it's like, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, right now I think it's a great time to go in with ETH because it's down on the Hex to ETH chart. So it seems to me like a buying opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, personally, I'm kind of pretty much just in Hex, but I'll have like a little bit of Ethereum, like, I don't know, maybe like 1 Ethereum for transactions. But yeah, I like I like earning the interest on the Hex, but I mean, obviously,
Yeah. Yeah, but that's only for like the really hardcore kind of nerd people or like who are really into it to eat the Hex. But for the general everybody, and including me, the one that matters is the Hex to USDC chart. That's like the most popular. Like, okay, let's just see what's the US dollar price. How much is it now? So that's like the most, like most useful one, really, what most people care about. I just got a message from the restaurant, and they said that my food's on the way. Yeah, I mean, how long are you going to be streaming for?
Well, that's just it. Is this morning I mean, I got like a 16-minute intro now, but to answer your question, I don't necessarily have a plan. I mean, I'm at my girlfriend's place right now until the stream ends, and then I'll go over to my place and probably join tonight the Hex social. But I don't know. As long as the chat still wants to talk, I'll keep going. So
Yeah, man. I just gotta run down. I'm on the 10th floor. Gotta run down and grab my food and bring it up here. But if you're still gonna be on, I'm down to kind of chat a bit.
Feel free, man. I'll put you. One second here. Let's see if I can do just myself. Yeah, I'll put you in the back.
Perfect.
And then go get your food.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna run down. Just wait for that food, and then I'll be back. I'll be back up in a bit and see if you're still on.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right. Sound
cool. Okay, so we're gonna look at the chat. So Benny Blanco, what's the difference between version 1, version 2? Let's cover that. All right. So we're still sharing the screen. Let me see if it. Okay, cool. I want to make sure I'm still sharing, and I want to make sure he's okay. 1 second. Let me make sure that I'm just. Can I do remove? Okay, cool. I can do remove. Perfect. All right, let's do it like this. I'm still learning StreamYard, right? Okay, so Benny asks a wonderful question for anyone that doesn't know. Uniswap. It's a automated market maker. It's something that has, to my knowledge, never really existed in DeFi. Uniswap was kind of like the first one to do it, just like Hex did it. But what it is, it's an audited contract, and in the version 1 was people, they choose to put their liquidity on the pairs, right? So Hex Ethereum, and the liquidity gets divided between the two pairs equally. But the difference is on version 2, that's like the current liquidity. So it's going to be like more accurate for like today's pricing. And if you're going to sell or buy into, that's going to be the most accurate. But version 1 is like the historical. So this is just version 1. And if we zoom out, like I was saying, there's kind of like different floors. So even if I just do this once more, we'll call that a floor. So prices, in my opinion, never going back here again, ever. And then honestly, I kind of feel like price is never coming back here either. Like, no, that's a solid ass floor. And then these two right here with all these things, this is a nice ass floor too. So I don't see us, in my opinion, going under a penny, maybe ever. But that's the version 1. And then if we do version 2, this is the current price. So it's still 133.6229. So let's get that out of there. And then I think I actually have my my Hex wallet that I can share publicly on the screen as well. So let me do that. So this is all on Brave. Hey, yeah, Marco, good to see you, man. Good to see you, my friend. I'm happy to, a little bit of time recently we've got to chit chat, and yeah, I look forward to, catching up more, hopefully soon in the future. So he says, hello, Mr. Balliet. Hope all is well. Nice work yesterday. Thanks, man. Thank you. Good to see you. So more liquidity on version 2. Yes, that's where the liquidity is. Yes. Steven, good to see you. He says, Richard Hart early videos. And that's actually one thing that Bitfinesse talked about. Real quick, Bitfinesse on the social stream with Matty Allen, he was saying that he was one of those people like myself that was watching Richard Hart in 2017. And he was wondering, like, man, what do the other people that are watching Richard Hart, what do they look like? And they look like winners. They look like winners. You know, we're all on team win. And if Peter Thiel said it one time where he was saying he would never want to bet against. This is actually a perfect. Well, Steve, we'll get into you in just a second, but into your comment. But this is actually a perfect segue. So you can go to Twitter. One second, let me make sure I'm not sharing anything. I want to show everyone my Twitter profile because it's got something that's actually like futuristic and something y'all should look at. So let's remove the. All right, let's share the screen. We're going to go to BallietBran, twitter.com/BallietBran. Okay, and then we'll do the comments there. Oh yeah, I did get a haircut. Yep. Hey, thanks, my friend. Yeah, you know, and I've always liked just to show my friend. So yeah, I've always liked my hair. Like, it's kind of interesting. Like, I've got, sometimes you can tell like someone's natural hair color by looking at their eyebrows. Because if they're coloring their hair, then, you know, I don't know. My eyebrows though, they're like brunette or like black, but the hair is like dirty blonde. And when it's shorter, it's even more blonde. Like, trying to think how to do this. Maybe on like the sides here, you can see it's more blonde. Anyways, I agree. Before is kind of like the homeless mop top, and that's not the best look. I like the papi chulo, you know, the short, nice, and high and tight. Because my head. Does anyone ever remember Hey Arnold? Hey Arnold, kind of like that, or like Johnny Bravo, kind of got one of those going on. Yeah, it is. So Archie says to Steven, he says, let's see, he says, Steven, it's my fishing blog. Yeah, I guess passive income is one of the big things. Yeah, literally, I'm doing nothing right now. Just not that I'm doing nothing, but I'm chit-chatting with you guys, and yeah, we're earning interest based on the T-shares, so that's something we'll cover too. Plus store of value, yeah. Hex, here's the thing, you know, the U.S. dollar, and Gary kind of was talking about this in the stream the other day, but when the United States goes to war, they use the, not to get too into it, but I guess I should say that with Hex, with the way that it's locked and the way that the consensus code works and whatnot, it's never something that'll ever get. Hey, Bitfinesse, if you ever want, brother, let's. That'd actually be really cool to see you, man. I know I was kind of watching you on Maddie's social last night, but Bitfinesse actually had a good point. He was saying that, like, you know, he doesn't see any losers in the Hex community, and you know, like I said, there's always going to be one-offs and shed dwellers and stuff like that, and just, I don't know, quirky people that come and go, but yeah, there's a lot of winners in Hex, and the actual Hex. Oh, sorry, this is what I was going to do. I was going to show you the winners, right? I was going to show you twitter.com/BallietBran. Let me show you guys something, because sorry about this, it's very relevant. So Elon Musk, he's the richest man in the world. Let me scroll down a smidge. Okay, this is what the hell? 1 second. Maybe I need to go to tweets and replies. Long story short is Elon Musk was like the richest man in the world. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, right here. All right, let's do this. So this was today, like 30 minutes before I did the stream. But so Elon Musk is now the richest person in the world. And then the second photo, I really hope the second photo, there we go. I was going to say. So the second photo, I kind of did this. Not kind of, but I did. So just did a little edit over, because this is what I see in the future. So Richard Hart is now the richest person in the world. Trending with Richard Hart. So for anyone that's so minute and so short-term minded, this is for you. Richard Hart is going to be the future most richest person in the world. Let's go back to the StreamYard. Okay, cool. Looks like Ryan's still getting set up in the back, but we have an Elon whisperer. Yeah, let's come back here. Okay, and then I'm just going to speak for just a couple more minutes, and then I'll pull Ryan back up. He's still getting all set up here. 1 second here. So Archie S says, we all want to free up time to do what we want. Hex is perfect for it. Best of both worlds. Regular income plus store value. Exactly. And yeah, I'm getting back into the health and cutting out the alcohol. So we're Hex gives us the opportunity to be healthy, and it's a really good opportunity to earn passive income and not lose your ass by trading. So hey, wow, nice day says, I think it's time for a refreshing hot coffee now. That sounds good. That really does. Battered Bull. Time traveler. Good call, Bran. It is certainly plausible. I mean, yeah. At this point in time, I don't see how it cannot happen. And Bitfinesse actually has a clip that I wanted to do a lot more editing before doing the stream, but then I also wanted to be able to stream long enough with you guys and gals to stream. But so Bitfinesse has a point that Hex is going to be like a black hole for all of the money, a lot of the smart money, and then in the future, it's got like a cascading effect where Hex is going to be the global reserve currency, in my opinion. And yeah, Richard with his random line has quite the long-term vision, and I do as well. I mean, you can prove it by the stakes and the average stakes that you have. And so yeah, I definitely see that becoming a reality. Richard being the richest person in the world. And here's the other thing. So Hex in the shark class, I'm not going to check it because I don't accidentally want to share my screen in the mirror there. But Hex has like 100 and something, 34 sharks and whatnot. And depending on what category you're in, I think all of the sharks, or even like more high level dolphins, have at least become millionaires due to Hex. And Hex is amazing. It's allowed people like David Feeder to pay off his debt, his student loan debt, and I've got some people around me that could want the same thing for their future with Hex. So let's see. I know you can still hear me and you're in the back room, Ryan. So if you ever want, just give me like a thumbs up or whatever whenever you're ready, and take your time though. Take your time. So I'll just keep covering some comments here. So let's see. Benny says, can I get, let's see. And then I guess, Ryan, if you are ready, just wave at me. That way my peripheral vision will see. But Benny says, can I get just 10 minutes with any of these billionaires to explain to them the interest they could be making? Well, I tell you what, some of the people, I mentioned this yesterday, but some of the okay, you're good? Okay, let's get Ryan back in here. Real quick before I do. So some of the people that were RSVP'd and had reserved for the Hex Changes conference that's going on in about 3 hours were very high and were very influential. So let's remove the share screen and let's get Ryan back on. 1 second here. All right.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming on again, man. What are you eating, if you don't mind?
Dude, I got a salmon. This thing, it's called a misty plato. It's salmon, cheese ravioli with rose sauce and lettuce with a balsamic vinaigrette, and it's packaged in like a little box here. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've eaten from this place before a few times. They have pretty decent food. So yeah, I was getting kind of hungry. Just felt like ordering it.
Hell yeah, nice, dude. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's so I guess you kind of heard a little bit about my I guess getting into Hex and becoming to find out Richard Hart and all that. What was I going to ask? Oh, about your travel. So obviously with 2020 and whatnot, we all kind of know what happened around the world. But tell us how your experience has been like traveling. Was that your first time traveling around the world? And tell us how it's going.
Yeah, man, just been down here, like just kind of going through, checking out new spots in Colombia. And I moved to Colombia in 2017. Well, I'll try to make this somewhat short. I don't want to, get
No,
too
take
into
your
it.
time. You got as much time as you want, man.
Yeah, well, pretty much in 2016, well, I'm from Ohio. I lived there until I was 24. Went to school, graduated, and then I studied mathematics and actuarial science, and I ended up getting hired in Miami. So I moved to Miami when I was 24, and I was working there for about 2.5 years, corporate America as an actuarial analyst. And as I was working there, pretty much I was just really unhappy. Like I was just always in the cubicle, always in the office, always just I was so unhappy. I hated my life. I hated my life. I hated who I was. I had no enjoyment, and it was horrible. And I was in there. I was living in Miami 2014, 2015. In 2016, one of my friends who was also an actuary, he invited me to come to a trip down here to Colombia. And he said, "Hey man, I'm going on this trip down to Colombia." He said, "It's really cool down there. You should just come." And I thought to myself, like, why the heck would I go to Colombia? It's dangerous. Why would I go to Colombia? What's the point? But then I thought, you know what? Right now, I hate my life. I have nothing to lose. It's so boring. Like, what am I even doing? I'm literally sitting in a chair all day as time goes by. And so I went to Colombia for the first time with my friend in 2016, and had this crazy experience. Was blown away. It was just completely new, and I would compare it to like going into the Wizard of Oz, where it's like you start off in black and white, and then you land in the Wizard of Oz, and it's vibrant colors everywhere, and you're just like, whoa. So it was really crazy, and then I had to come back down. I came back down again, spent more time, and then I moved down and I taught English in 2017. Then I was traveling everywhere in Colombia and just talking with all these people, practicing Spanish, meeting all the Venezuelans, meeting all the Colombians, eating all the food, drinking coffee, talking to people, just going to all these places, all these crazy spots. And I lived here for 2 years in 2017, 2018. It was nuts. It was life-changing. And then I started to run out of money. I started to run out of money, and then I had to come back to the U.S. in 2019. And there I plugged back into corporate America because I had to get, I needed to get my money. I needed to start generating income. And I got back into working as an actuarial analyst with a pretty decent company. And I had some money coming in. And then I started getting back into crypto, studying, researching, had some money to play around with. Then I ended up coming across Hex, right? Like a week after it launched. Then I was like, oh, it's going to change the world. This is it. It's revolutionary. Then I sold all my other coins and just went all in on Hex only. And I just wanted to just kind of just make content for Hex and study it and study the system, study the mathematics, because it's a new financial system that's never been seen. And now I'm back in Colombia, and I'm back here in Colombia, and I want to do just travel, vlogs, videos, content here, meet people, practice Spanish, drink coffee, go up in the mountains, go on tours, this and that, whatever, and just enjoy my time. Just enjoy my time, and at the same time though, I still want to promote Hex and do Hex videos and things. And but yeah, I'm here now, and yeah, that's pretty much my story over the past, I don't know, like 5-6 years.
That's awesome, man. So let me
Yeah.
ask you real quick about, because I know you mentioned on one of your streams, or I know at least I've heard you talk about recently, that the only other country outside of the U.S. that I've been to, a handful of states and whatnot, but the only country I've been outside was Mexico, and that's going to change.
Oh yeah.
But tell me how the coffee is in Colombia, because you mentioned you're gonna, or at least tell me how that
Yeah, dude, it's so good, man. It's so good down here. It's just so high quality, and it's everywhere. And there's tons of different types. And you can get your dark roast, your light roast, your gourmet coffee. You can get different flavored ones. You can do coffee, with coffee with milk. You can do. Recently, I went traveling in the coffee region, and just kind of drinking some coffee down there. But it's so nice just waking up and just having that, just making it yourself, roasting some nice coffee. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I was never really big into coffee, but lately I don't know. It's really good. I just, do you do
the coffee con leche, or that's what
I do, but now I like it. I like mine just black, man. I like it
like a light roast, dark roast.
I've been doing dark roasts.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
it's got the most flavor. I know lighter roast have more caffeine content, but yeah, dark roast, especially if it's grown in Colombia and like, countries that don't use a whole bunch of like fertilizer and whatnot, can make it taste a lot better.
Yeah, actually, one second. I'm gonna get the coffee thing I have right here.
Cool, man. Cool. So yeah, I'm actually really excited. We'll do this real quick. So yeah, café con leche. That just means coffee with milk in Spanish. And yeah, that's a very popular drink. Okay, 1 second. He's back. Let's do.
So really quick, I just wanted to show, since we're on the topic, I went traveling in the coffee region, and this brand, it's called Jesus Martin. And I looked, you can't even get it online. For some reason, it's just, they're not monetized. Like this company, they want to stay local. They want to stay exclusive. You can't even order it on the internet. So you literally have to go there in person. But this is the brand. They're called Jesus Martin. It's right in the coffee region in Salento. And it's so good. It's just so high quality. And there's a little hole here where you can smell it. And you can smell the coffee, and it smells so good. This particular flavor, it's called miel de café, so honey of coffee. They had 4 flavors, and I bought all 4 flavors that they have, testing them out. But it just, and the reason why too, I'm so excited about this one was because when I got there, I stayed in this cabin, and the guy who like hosted me or helped me in with the Airbnb, he was a local, and he was from that area. He was born and raised. And really nice guy. He knew everyone in town. And I asked him, I was like, dude, where is the best coffee at? And, we're in the coffee region. We're in the best town of the coffee region. Where's the best coffee? And he was like, dude, you got to go to Jesus Martin. So I went.
How much one of those bags costs?
Dude, this one costed right here, I think like 25 or 30 mil. So that would be, you just divide that by 3. So like, maybe divided by 3.5, so maybe like, I don't know, this might be $7 or $8.
Oh, okay, not bad, dude. Shit, dude. And how many? What's the weight of that? Grams?
This is 250 grams.
Okay, that's not bad, man. That's actually, that's a good sized bag. That's awesome. I order tea sometimes, and they come in that kind of bag
and
too.
This is another one. This is from the place called Finlandia. That's where I went, and this one's organic. And the lady said this one's really good. And the other guy, I had like a private Jeep ride. The guy took me here, and but this one doesn't have a sniffer thing. It doesn't have a sniffer, but it had an interesting kind of package, and it's organic. And figured I would get it, So and I was recently back in the States to visit my mom, and she wanted coffee, so I literally bought her like 10 different bags of all kinds of different coffees. And then I just kind of kept like 2 or 3 for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, let's see. Do you mind sharing how that went? I know that's what it was. The last time you had said you had bought some coffee for your mom because she had really wanted it, and that you were going back to the States like the next day. Like, do you mind sharing what was that experience?
Yeah, sure. I went back. I was in the States for about 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's, and when I lived in Miami, I spent a Christmas there away from family. And I told myself, I'm never going to do it again. I'm never going to spend Christmas away from home because, people, they invite you over. They said, oh, don't worry, just come and spend it with our family. And it's just not the same. You got to be with your family for the holidays. It doesn't matter where you are. You got to get home. So, and even when I was in Colombia before, I always came home for Christmas. And this year I went again. 2 weeks was a perfect time. New Year's, Christmas back home. And it was cool. Ohio was pretty cold. And it was really great to see my mom, my brothers, my grandparents. They're still alive. They're in their 80s, but they're really old. And they're really just like, they have OCD to the extreme. But when you're that old, that's just how you are. They're just like.
What was the weather like?
It was snowing actually. We had a white Christmas. It was pretty
Nice,
cool.
dude.
Yeah, and thanks guys, everyone who's leaving comments, I appreciate it. Battered Bull, Brian Madruger, Identity Block, Archie, Jay. You guys are really doing awesome work. I see you guys leaving comments everywhere. That's really what it's all about. It's everyone working together. Everyone working together and everyone kind of pushing each other, kind of just helping each other out. And we all don't have time to do streams 24/7. It's hard. We can't, everyone's busy. I'm not currently, I'm out of the corporate world, but I was in it for a while, and now I have some more time on my hands. But a lot of people, they're still kind of they're in their day-to-day, just kind of doing whatever for their job, and they have time commitments and things like that. So Josh, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
Hey,
and
so tell me how is the cost of living compared to, I know it's lower, but can you tell us how the cost of living is?
Yeah, well, you know what? I've really traveled a lot in Colombia, and I've been to, I lived in Cucuta, which is a really cheap cost of living. I lived in Barranquilla on the coast, a little bit cheaper, but right now I'm in Medellin, and it's like, it has like, it's more catered towards tourism and things like that, and more, foreigners. And so the cost of living in this particular town, a little bit higher, but in general, it's pretty reasonable. I'd say it's pretty reasonable. It's the purchasing power, it's about 3.5 pesos for $1. And yeah, I mean, right now I just got this food, and it was really, I think it cost like 70 or 80 mil. So divide that by 3, maybe that's like, I don't know, might have been like a little bit over $20. And in America, I think that would have been, and also I got a pizza and I got a drink. So in the US, probably around $40 to $50 for that. So yeah, purchasing power, I think it's really good. It's cheap. You can kind of get some good things, but I've heard some places in Asia have really crazy purchasing power, but you could be sacrificing too much of your kind of like, your quality of life,
So right now, say compared to US or Ohio, is Medellin, is it similar, or is it still a little bit less expensive, or is it similar to like
it's
Seattle,
probably
or?
it's definitely cheaper. My roommate, who I'm going to move in with on the 23rd, in just like a normal house, I think it's a 2-bedroom house. It costs per month in US dollars $640. So divide that by 2, so that's $320 a month per person. But before that, we were in a penthouse and we had 3 people, and that was rent was $1,400. But that was a 3-bedroom. My brother was here, so divide that by 3, we were paying like 400 something each for a penthouse, which was really cool. But that was right. What's that?
You know how many square feet?
It was, dude. There was so much space.
Really?
That's where I was doing my videos and things. I don't know if I.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually on my travel channel. On my other channel, I have tomorrow the video, like my tour of the penthouse. I'm doing it. I'm releasing it tomorrow, just like a walkthrough of it. But that place was beautiful. It had great energy, really good value. But it got picked over now, so we're gonna do a different spot. And but it's all about doing new things and kind of just testing out new areas and new stuff.
That's awesome, man. So so you've been to Colombia. Where else have you?
Really, dude, that's it. I went to Mexico for a month.
Which part?
And Monterrey, Mexico.
Never been.
And like I said, man, I just I was working a corporate job, and I was literally, that was right when COVID hit. I was living in this town called Omaha, and I had no friends, nothing, nobody, nothing. And it was cold, freezing, and I had just no one to talk to, my coworkers, nobody. And I was just working, doing really tough, actuarial, analytical work, which is a lot of big data sets and large numbers, and every day a lot of mind crunching, a lot of just numbers and things. And I just, I started watching videos and stuff, and I thought that the U.S. was done. I thought that was it, and I thought that I had to get out of the country, and so I decided, hey, I don't care what happens with my job or whatever, and I'm just going to go to Mexico because I have to get out of here. And I went, man, and I went to Mexico, and I went for a month, and I parted ways with my company, And yeah, I was down there, and it was like Mexico was on hardcore lockdown. So I was like, you know what? I was like, this is just too much. And I was there for 1 month exactly in an Airbnb. The food was like really spicy. It was pretty good. But and then I was like, you know what? This is it. And I was like, you know, I'm just going back to Ohio. So I packed all my things again. And I drove like 3 days to Ohio. I stopped in like Texas and Nashville. And that was right when all the riots and the stuff started happening. And I was like, man, I'm driving into a war zone.
Dude, that's
But
crazy, man.
it's just been like a crazy year, man. Like, gosh, man, I've really just been on just whatever. But yeah, I don't like the feeling of being trapped. And when someone tells me that I have to stay in one particular area, it's like, I just want to be free to go where I want to go. You know, I want to be whatever. And if I want to be here in Columbia and work from home in Columbia, I want to work here, and I just don't, and
that's cool. Are you if you feel comfortable, are you able to, is that what you're able to do, is work from home, or
yeah, I'm not working with any companies now. I'm just on my own. I'm promoting Hex. I'm making content in Colombia, and that's it. I'm just kind of whatever. And it's cool. But I might teach English here, I think, for this year, possibly.
And would that be in Medellin or
Medellin? Yeah. And supposedly the contract just got approved for the year, and they pay like $350 a month. But I mean, yeah, it's not really to make the money, but they sponsor you with a 1-year visa, which is one of the main reasons why I'm doing it as well.
That's
huge. Yeah. So and then plus you're kind of helping out kids and stuff and helping people, but it's like I did the teaching English for a while, and I don't know if I want to do it again, but I met a guy down here who does tours. I might be a tour guide potentially if he can sponsor me with a visa. So yeah, those are my kind of plans here in Medellin.
How long did you teach for? You said you taught before. Was that Spanish to English as well?
I taught for 2 years in Colombia. I taught I taught 1 year in Cucuta at this place called Sena. It's like an institution with the government, and it's like a technical school right after high school. And then it's like in between high school and college, and maybe not even college, just like really like technical, hands-on, whatever skills. And I taught for 1 year in Cucuta, and my particular place was actually there was like a shoe factory, and the kids learned how to make shoes. And I still have, and they made me shoes, and I bought it for like 15 mil, which is literally like under $5.
Yeah.
And I still wear the shoes, and they're great. Wow. And they're really cool.
Are they like walking shoes or?
Yeah, just like they're just like normal. 1 second here, I'll show them to you.
Okay, nice. Cool. So yeah, we'll find out. I'm guessing he has parents, I'm guessing, that are bilingual. I'm guessing that's how he knows it. Hey, quick question. So Benny says, well, actually, I guess I should ask you. So are your parents, are they the ones that taught you Spanish, or when did you learn Spanish?
I actually learned here. I moved here without ever knowing Spanish, and it was really difficult, and it sucked.
What year was that?
2017 I moved here, and I lived in Miami not knowing Spanish, and it was horrible. It was just, I felt just so out of my environment. I felt so like not really embarrassed, but I felt just like uncomfortable. It's just so hard learning a new language, but that's just part of learning a language, and you just have to embrace it. You have to embrace it, and that's how you learn. But yeah, dude, these are the shoes, man. Like,
oh, nice.
Check that out, man. Look at that.
What
literally size? These are size 8.
Okay, nice, man.
But these are like, dude, these are really good quality, like leather.
Wow.
Like and there's like no brand.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, like I've worn these on trails, and I went hiking, and I went to these really weird places, and I wore these a lot, man. Like I really wore them a lot, and I don't know, they're just, I don't know, like it's cool that the students made them, and they're only $5. Like,
how long ago did you get those?
In 2017.
Okay, that's amazing, man. That's good quality for
$5.
Some people in the chat, Benny says, "Wow, he's a smart dude." Archie says, "Desert boots."
Desert boots. Thanks, Benny. Hex, wow, nice day. Yeah, and for everyone out there, I would really not recommend taking actions like I went very drastic with corporate America. I really went out with a bang. I just I left the country and that was it. And that was it. We parted ways with my previous employer, and we just and I'm not in corporate America anymore. But it actually ended up being okay because I just, really went super hard into cryptocurrency. But I feel just so much more free. It's kind of doing what I want to do. And I just want to make content. I just want to make videos this whole year. I just want to make videos about things, whether it's Hex, whether it's reviews about different places I'm in, different hotels and things, and different coffee, speaking with people, whatever. I just want to make content in Colombia. And I think as we're approaching, 2021 now and in the future, your content could turn into an asset. Your content, it could turn into an asset. You can monetize that. And I think right now for me, I just want to have content in Colombia. I feel like that could be valuable content, and it's something that people are interested in, they want to see. And it could be almost like owning real estate or something, or just, now the content is so valuable. That's what you get. You get promotions, sponsors, all kinds of things. You can monetize it. That's it. So that's why I'm just interested in the content.
I got a question. So
Yeah.
I think I've seen. Tell me how your experience has been, because you've mentioned it before. Tell me how your experience has been. Talking Hex with the locals, and I know you've converted. I think some people maybe. How's that experience been? Sharing Hex with people in Colombia or in other countries.
Yeah, well, for here, I don't really tell people that I'm into cryptocurrency or anything right off the bat.
Right.
Just because
right.
I don't really, it's just, I don't really tell them. I just maybe tell them I make videos. But people back home in the US, I onboard a lot of friends. And back in the day, I was in another project. It was called ECA Coin. And there were some people from my ex-students who in Colombia, and they were interested about crypto, and they bought this Electra coin with me, and I helped them through it. And then at some point I said, hey guys, we're abandoning ship now. I'm going into Hex. And then I told them to kind of put their stuff into Hex, and some of the people down here, my ex-students, they bought Hex, and they were like, whoa, man, that really went up a lot. I have to check in with some of them to see what happened, or to see how long they staked for and whatnot. But I onboard a couple of my ex-students down here and some people back home. But yeah, talking with people about Hex, everyone in the US, they're just before they were thinking it was a scam, or they were thinking what's it called? They were thinking they had a lot of doubts about Hex.
One second. Can I here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pee real quick. I'm gonna let you take the mic for a couple of minutes.
Cool, yeah. Awesome. So yeah, it looks like I'm hosting it for now. Let's see here. I don't know how many people we have live watching. We're on the 2-hour mark. I'm here in Colombia, just kind of doing some quick updates, talking about some things. And shout out to everybody out here in the chat. Any questions, comments, feel free to drop it below. Battered Bull says, people ask me why I'm so happy with all what's going on in the world. I tell them about Hex, show them the stake rep. Yeah. It's just Hex is beautiful. Like I've always said, it's beautiful mathematics. It's a brand new form of mathematics, and I've studied math my whole life, very, very intensely. I studied for actuary exams, and I have 4 of them passed actually. And it took a lot of time of my life studying for these exams that are just so complicated and just mathematical, different formulas and problems and very tricky things to kind of mess with your mind. But I find it mentally it's like a puzzle, to try to, it's like a challenge. So I was always into that, chess, Columbia, or not chess, or chess, Rubik's cubes, and kind of things that really make your mind kind of, whatever. But with Hex, literally it's on a league of its own, which is it's its own form of math, and it's just a breakthrough thing. And eventually, once people really start to see it, I think, or start to kind of learn more about it, I think it's just going to be absolutely crazy. Brian Madruga says, how's the ladies in Colombia? They're great. They're awesome. They're so beautiful. And it's awesome to just kind of go outside and whatever, go to the supermarket or go to wherever and just see beautiful women just working in their normal job. And they have their outfits and things, and at the supermarket or at the restaurant, and they look so beautiful. And it's just beauty. That's great.
So real quick, so yeah, we're back. We actually have someone that I've never had on before. It looks like he might still be getting set up, but it's Crypto Ross, and I asked him like, oh, haven't seen you much before. So are you Hexican? And he said yes, since day one. So let me try and get him in real quick here. Let's.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
Crypto Life Club. What's up, man?
What's up? I set up a school now. I'm a teacher. I'm educating.
There you go. Education of Hex.
And I got a new camera.
Nice, man. Congrats.
So how's everyone doing today?
Good, man. Excellent.
Doing good.
Excellent. How about you, man?
Good. How's Bran? How's Bran out there? I've seen him.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. No, I had seen you. What was it? Maybe like 2 months ago. And I noticed Richard Hart was like, hey, I want to give it up to this guy for the work that he's been doing, spreading the message about this project. It's amazing. So, and also Ryan, me and Ryan, we actually went on journeys. Like we've actually went to Mexico, and
yeah, that was crazy.
We're right next to the cartel.
Were you the friend that was like in real estate also that Ryan had gotten into or had gotten?
Yeah, I was in the mortgage industry. I worked for JP Morgan Chase.
Nice, dude.
Chase Bank.
And you said you've been in Hex since early on, since day one or early?
Yeah, well, not day one. What was it like? Maybe within a week, within a week and a half.
2 weeks out, yeah.
Tell us your story. What's your experience been like, and how is it going now?
Well, can you hear me good?
Yeah, yep. Crystal clear.
You know what? I'll put this other mic on because I actually got some AirPod Pros.
Yeah, it sounds good. We can hear you really clear. You could just go ahead and
I'm actually on a Note 20 Ultra. So I had to get another phone because I stopped doing videos because I have a Note 9. I've had that phone for a while, and the screen, like it was like real blurry, and I had it changed, and then finally I was like, you know what, I gotta upgrade the phone. So I got the Note 20, and I'm out here in Spain, so just to like let people know what I'm up to. I see the future as like decentralized, right? I see the future as a cashless society, flying drones. I know this sounds like a little bit over the top, right? But
not at all.
I just want to give you guys a vision, like an idea of. Just jumped out of the shower here with people that I work with and love very much. Okay, so anyway, so I'm out here in Spain. I see the future as decentralized. I see, like, I'm not really too like intelligent as far as like mathematics, like Ryan. Like Ryan's on a whole different level. Like when we were in Mexico, we actually went to the library. We had to talk to the mayor of town, which is like kind of like related to us, and he gave us the keys to the library. And Ryan's like sitting there in front of a computer. He's got like 3 computers, and I'm like, man, this guy's he's got a crazy job, like dealing with, accounting and all kinds of stuff. But I'm not a math guy. I'm a mortgage guy. I know about loan to value, debt to income ratio, stuff like that. I've done mortgages since 38. I just turned 38, December 27th. So I was doing, So I was doing mortgages since like 2003. and I was, doing 80-20 loans, no money down. Richard probably knows about this stuff because I heard he had a mortgage company. But yeah, so I was, doing that. I worked with Legacy Home Mortgage, First Capital Mortgage out in Chicago. Then I worked for the Bank of Montreal, Harris Bank. Then from there, I got laid off because of the 2008, 2009 recession. I went to work for JP Morgan Chase. I ran 3 states, Texas, Louisiana, Florida. I got my finance and investment management degree. And then I didn't even use it because when I went to get the job at Chase, they're like, okay, so we know you have a finance and investment management degree, but we're only going to pay you $24,000 a year. And I'm like, what? Like, I went through all this shit to get a better job, So, like Elon Musk says, you don't really need a degree to go out there and crush it. People are making millions of dollars, no degree. So, I did that because somebody told me to do it. Like an idiot, I went to go get the degree, and I spent all that time in school. I mean, it was good. It was a good experience, accounting 1, 2, and 3, macroeconomics, finance 1, 2, and 3, blah, 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 management, all that stuff. But, everything's changing right now. And the money system needs to change because of the printing, and because we have a big army, we have a big navy, we're out there taking over, and it's just too much. It's just too much. We're printing. We have people that are making a lot of money in government that shouldn't even be making that much. We have banks that pretty much took the TARP money that they gave. I don't know if you guys know this, but when the housing market crashed in 2008, 2009, they took a big chunk of money and they gave it to people like Jamie Dimon, people like the Bank of Americas, the Countrywides. All these people got the money, but the middle class didn't get shit, right? So after that experience, I'm like, look, I'm not working for banks anymore. So what did I do in 2010? I started a company, the Loan Modification Clinic, and then I started making a lot of money. I was making about $150,000 a month, and that was back in 2013. I still have the company, but we refer business out. So I send out business. So basically what the Loan Modification Clinic did for people is we adjusted their interest rates from like 5% to 2%. So if you have a mortgage, let's say you have a house, your house is worth $350,000, but you lost your job. The bank is not going to help you because they're looking out for their shareholders. They don't give a shit about people, right? So what we did is we restructured their mortgage. We lowered their interest rates to 2%. And in some case, like my parents, they got a principal reduction on their home, meaning that if somebody goes into foreclosure, like in your neighborhood, because they lost their job, like people that work for Ford Industries, Ford, got hit really hard. I don't even know if they're still around, but people lost their jobs. And this is happening right now to the middle class. So people lose their jobs, but the bank doesn't lower their interest rate. The payments keep coming, if you guys know what I'm saying. You still have to make those payments. So how are you going to do it? So what we did is we did the paperwork for them to help them participate in the Obama program. So that Obama program was like a $10 trillion stimulus that they gave to the banks. Now, the funny part about it is no one really knew what the debt to income ratios were. Only the people at the top, like the real, like the bankers, right? The bankers knew what type of numbers they were looking for people to get help with their homes. So when we would help these people, we would turn in the application, but we didn't know what their food expenses were, their electric bill, their life insurance, if they have any kids that have to go to school. We didn't know what those back ratios were. The banks did, and they made it very difficult.
What's your story? How you found crypto though? Like how did you
okay, so this is what happened. So I started Crypto Lifestyle Club, not the school. I started the club in 2017, at the end of 2017, and I actually bumped into Ryan on YouTube. So what I did was I started doing research. As people were working for me at the mortgage company, I basically started getting an idea of how Bitcoin went from, like, let's say $1 to 10 grand, right? So I was like, man, I remember having the white paper in my hand back in like 2010. And I seen that white paper. It was like, you can mine Bitcoin, and it was like 35 cents or something like that, right? But I didn't do it. I started the loan modification clinic. So I didn't jump on that whole new money bandwagon. I just was like, oh, this is too crazy. I don't really know. I'm not really a computer guy. So I didn't mine Bitcoin. I didn't mine Bitcoin. So I stopped paying attention to it. And then I seen it like in 2015, but then I seen it again, like 2018, 17, 18. And then that's when I started putting 50,000, 60. I bought Cardano at like, I bought it at like 7 cents. And then it went up to $1.10. And then I turned it over into Packcoin and Electra. And that's the project that me and Ryan were in for a long time. We were in that project since 2008, since the beginning of 2008. Now, Ryan had did a video that every time crypto goes down, when it goes back up, it goes up 5 times more from that original price. So Electra was at 5 cents. And I had about 60 million Electra, like 55, 60 million Electra. And if you do the math, Ryan had did a video where the price of Electra would go to like 15 cents. Now, something happened within the core of the foundation project, of the Electra project, and that price, it plummeted. So I was living in Hollywood, California, and I told Ryan, hey, look, Ryan, I'm putting another 5,000 into Hex because I just feel like this is going to be like a good move, right? I seen Richard Hart do a video with that other guy, McCormick.
Okay.
And Peter McCormick, right? And he was talking shit to Richard, and and I just thought that the way that Richard responded to that negativity, it was very like professional, right? Because I know I would have snapped at this guy. I would have been talking shit to him, like, who are you to tell me that this shit is not going to work? Like, this is my project, and here you are talking shit about my project. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all in on this project because 3 years, Bran, 3 years. We've been waiting for this for 3 years.
Long time.
You know what I'm saying? So I was sick and tired because I had the modification business where I was making 150,000 a month.
Yeah, that's
so
good money.
So I was like, man, like something needs to give because I'm down to like 2 properties. I had like 7 of them. And I'm down to 2 properties. That's all I got. And I just sold the last 2. I bought Hex when the price dipped after the big payday. I put 20,000 into Hex. Right now I'm at 60,000. So I bought it at 0.003. I bought more, right?
That's awesome.
But see, that's the thing, is that for the people tuning in, don't give up on your dreams. If your dream is to be rich, if your dream is to, start a company, then do it. Like, Hex is a way for you to extend the good to other people. Don't think of it as, okay, I'm going to get rich and screw everybody else, because that's why we left the old system, because of that's what the banks did. The banks, Jamie Dimon, how do you explain? Jamie Dimon's a billionaire. He's a freaking billionaire. And right now, our capital we're basically at civil war at this point, because there's no gap between wealthy and middle class. It's either wealthy or broke, right? And Hex is a way for you to make the right move, and make something. There isn't really anywhere you can go with your money. You're not going to buy property. Grant Cardone sitting there in an airplane talking all this. The other guy that I do want to say something about, this guy from Valuetainment. I don't know his name. Do you know who his name was?
It's like Patrick Bet David.
Patrick Bet David. Okay, he runs a company called People Helping People. It's a network marketing company. So he makes his money from this company, right? Because he's got a big following, like thousands of people working for this life insurance company, and that's how he makes his money. But then he's got the YouTube video. Well, this guy was literally talking shit about Bitcoin in 2018, 2019. He was talking all this shit, excuse my language, right? But he was talking all this negative stuff about Bitcoin and about, all these.
You want, yeah.
And guess what? This freaking idiot just did a video last week about Bitcoin going to 40,000 because it went to 40,000, right? So I'm sitting there looking at his video and I'm like, what a hypocrite. Like this guy literally is telling people don't buy Bitcoin. And now he's literally telling everyone, oh, Bitcoin and blah. See, that's the funny part about how people work, right? You have to go with that gut feeling. Me and Ryan did that in the beginning. We went with the gut feeling because we were sitting on Electra. He had probably more Electra than I had, like 55 million. I don't know how many you had, Ryan, but when we cashed out, we dumped that money into Hex. And what I'm saying is, don't follow the herd. Don't follow what people. Not because you're listening to something doesn't necessarily mean that the person's correct, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I totally know what you mean. And one thing I want to say also is yeah, like, you mentioned your age and, we're still even in like the younger category. Like when, like Richard mentioned, you mentioned Jamie Dimon for the example, but Richard mentioned Peter Schiff recently. And it's funny how, in 2017, Jamie Dimon was saying like, oh, my kid's in Bitcoin or whatever. And then same thing with recently with Peter Schiff, that his kid, he was making fun of his kid publicly. And he was saying like, oh, my kid's an idiot. They're in Bitcoin. I'm a gold bug. And lo and behold, it's funny how, like you said, with the gut feeling, you kind of know that it's the new system. Like it doesn't have any off switches.
Yeah. So all these people that were out there saying Bitcoin's trash and how Ethereum and how there's no use case, and even with Hex, like everybody's saying, oh, like from the beginning, all these influencers, right? They're out there saying, oh, be careful, like I don't want to say his name, but he's young guy, and he's like, oh, this is a scam. Now, when you're in Uniswap and you're swapping Hex for USDC or for Ethereum, sending it to your MetaMask, and in seconds, right? The gas fees might be high depending on when you're doing it, but is it a scam? Like, is it? Because people are literally getting duped buying real estate through a real estate agent, because a real estate agent, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're not getting paid hourly, they're on commission. And if they don't sell any homes, you caught my drift there. So if you don't sell any homes, you're not going to get paid. So they're literally out there selling homes that are inflated right now. And when this crash, because we don't know when, but they say that we have a correction every 10 years. And I seen the one in 2008, 2009. It was bad. Like I went to the unemployment office. I was there by 79th, and by 79th and Cicero in Chicago, South Side, at the unemployment office, and that line was out the door. And there was no coronavirus back then. Like imagine now, like coronavirus. Like this is a recipe for disaster. Like they said that this crash could be worse than 1929. Like coronavirus, freaking $27 trillion debt clock, freaking, it's just anything's possible now. I do not doubt anything.
I agree. That's why it's so comforting to hold things like Hex, where there's no middleman, there's no centralized entities that can screw it up, and it happens to be something that's also a store of value that you can earn interest on trustlessly. And you're from the banking industry, sometimes up to like 40% APY, and that's just on a short-term stake. Like the 10-year stakes or the 3x the share stakes are getting like a 60%. So I agree. I mean, I think I don't think, unfortunately, that the stuff that we're seeing globally is going to go away anytime soon. I'd like to be wrong about that, but I think that we're going to see more growth and prosperity, I guess, within the crypto markets as the traditional financial as the traditional markets, maybe go down a little bit less. The crypto markets might go up more.
Yep. So like I don't, I think that this guy.
But my mic was muted. I was gonna say, what time does the conference start later?
5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's in about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay, cool.
what were you going to say, Crypto Ross?
Oh no, just that that I think before things, I mean, I'm sorry to put that negativity out there, but before things get better, it's going to get a lot worse. It's not going to get worse for people that are in these type of projects, like in Hex. It's not going to get a lot worse for us, but the person that has a mortgage, right? I mean, just think about this scenario, because I've seen it. Like, I've seen people literally have cancer. I've seen divorces, people that own things, physical assets, right? And they're sitting on these on debt, like no inflation, right? So inflation, your salary doesn't go up, right? As a matter of fact, you lost your job. You need a part-time if you do have a job. So it's just a mess. It's a mess, man. And I'm so glad that I seen this, because look, as when you work for the mortgage industry, you already know like something's wrong, because banks start tightening up their guidelines. So it's harder for you to get a house. And the way that I caught it back then, that's why I went to go work for the Bank of Montreal. And then they laid me off, because they're like, shit, no one's depositing money in the bank. That's how they make the money. They want you to keep depositing your money, the fiat money. So banks started getting harder. They were like, okay, well, you can't buy 100% financing anymore. You're going to need 10% down. And by the way, we need to see your tax returns, and you need to sign a 1099 T. A 1099 basically is that your capital will release your tax returns if the bank needs it.
Okay, yeah.
So you can't do fraudulent stuff with the tax return, because a lot of people were just like putting, 200,000. I make 200,000 on the application.
Right.
And then the bank would say, "Oh, you make 200,000. Can we verify that?" Yeah. Give me a verification of deposit. I mean, a VOA, a verification of employment. So they would call the employer, and the employer, you could pay the employer $200, like a friend. Like, let's say Ryan has a construction company. I say, "Hey, look, Ryan, I'm trying to buy a house, and can you verify that I work for your construction company? Tell them that I'm the manager of the whole company, that I make 150,000." And then this guy just picks up the phone, like, yeah, a Countrywide, which was famous for doing this, they would give you the mortgage. And then 2 months later, you would default. And that's called a straw man buyer, where it was like a big insider thing, where the construction company that built the property was in on it with the realtor was in on it with the loan officer, and the person was already destined to file bankruptcy.
And this was during the crash, you're saying?
Yeah, because
okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
because they were just giving out loans. It was easier to buy a house than buy a car. So the difference now is that game is over. They can't play that game anymore. So what game can they play? Okay, well, let's tighten up the guidelines, because the guidelines are tightening up. But there's still a lot of mortgages that were modified, because I was in the modification industry, that are basically fucked, if excuse my language, but these loans were never readjusted. So in other words, you're paying a house that is worth 200, but your mortgage is 300. But what they did was they gave you a loan of 150, and the other 150,000, they put it at the end of the loan in the form of a balloon. So you don't even know that you have the 100. You're thinking, "Oh, Chase Bank helped me. Yes, great." And then you can't refinance it, you can't sell it, and you're stuck with the debt. And then guess what? Now, because of this virus situation, and it's just a recipe for disaster. I don't think that, and there's so many people that are not even paying the house right now, because my brother and my sister are in that business. So I know, because of what I've been hearing, that they're just taking all the debt for people. Like, "Hey, guess what? Because of the coronavirus, I need help." Okay, guess what? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop all your payments. We're gonna put it at the end of the loan. How does that sound? Okay, great. So a lot of people in America are sitting, they're used to getting help from the government. They're used to getting, like, we're even though I'm in Spain, I'm still American, right? So we're used to going out. We're used to going out, spending with the family. Oh, you're gonna buy a new truck? All right, cool. Oh, you're gonna buy another house. Okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. But then guess what? This time around, we're not going out shopping how we used to. So we need to get used to not spending, because there isn't that much money circulating. It's only circulating at the highest level. It's not circulating for the medium class, if that makes any sense. So people are kind of like warped in the mind, where they're like, shit, I'm watching TV, I'm living in fear, I have nothing else to look forward to, and I'm used to spending money, but I can't even spend. Like, I don't have the money to spend. So that's why there's people out there looting. There's people out there doing stupid shit, because they don't have the money that we're a rich country. But what happens when we've printed our way into oblivion? So so that's why I say things are not going to get better. It's going to get worse, but we need to basically diversify into cryptocurrency, Hex.
Tell us your Hex experience. Like, I know you've been in early and whatnot. Like, do you do staking ladders, or
I didn't know anything. I called Ryan. Ryan will tell you, like, I called Ryan. I'm like, hey, Ryan, can you help me set up a MetaMask wallet? I am not a computer, like, I know what I know about Hex and about MetaMask and Uniswap and about gas fees, because I did the work. I made mistakes. I did this, but I asked him to help me. And that's why I started a school. Like, my school is not where it's just the basic stuff. It's not like over the top. It's just, hey, look, this is what we're gonna do. Well, I actually I had a company that dealt with hair loss, men hair loss, and Ryan actually knows my friend. So he's like, look, why don't you just start a school and just start educating people the way you did with the mortgage industry? Just start a school. And I'm like, well, shit, I got Crypto Lifestyle Club. Then I went online to find the domain Crypto Life School, because that it just sounded good, because I already had the logo and all that. So I started school, and our website should be up within a couple weeks, and that's it.
What are you going to teach people about? Did you say?
How to set up your MetaMask, how to buy Hex, how to do a stake. I have people in the UK and even here in Spain that I've helped set up their wallets, and they're so happy because they got those T-shares.
Yeah.
You know.
When you say T-shares, do you mean like the Genesis T-shares, or?
Yeah. Well, they got into it before the big payday, so they got the big payday reward, and yeah, even though the price dropped, look where we're at right now with the price. We're back up at all-time highs, and it's crazy what Richard did. Like, it's like crazy to I don't know, like, to have a group of people, like, like have a mastermind like Andrew Carnegie back in the days. You might not know anything about steel, but you have a team of people that do. And Richard Hart, maybe he's the one that created it. Maybe it was a group of people. I don't know, right? But you have to have people that specialize in certain things. And the best part about it is you have to work in harmony with your team, So if we all work in harmony as a team, we get the message out there to people that don't even know this option exists, if you know what I'm saying.
I agree completely. I mean, we're all early adopters, and the amount of Hexicans that are actually here and that are actually present and watching the streams and whatnot get more and more every single day. I mean, I think that Hex can be a tool or an opportunity for people to not be devalued so much, like in the dollar or whatever country that has the fiat currency. So, but I agree with what you're saying. Do you have any? I mean, obviously you and Ryan are friends and whatnot. Do you guys have any friends and family that you got into Hex, or tell us more about the Hex stuff.
I got my sister in. I think I sent
Cool.
my brother some.
Nice, man.
I got Ruda in. Ryan knows who Ruda is. I got
cool.
a bunch of people in the UK. I got a friend out here in Spain. I got him in. And now we're working with Google AdWords. So when you type crypto, or when you type Ethereum or Bitcoin, our website comes up on the Google ads. So I'm going to start doing that this month. Like as soon as our website is up, we're going to start bringing in traffic to the website. So I'm excited about that. And then we could even collaborate, like as a team. We could do sessions for people that need help, but like I said, I'm doing it to get people on board, because when you look at your staker app, I'm sure Ryan, I know you're happy and I'm happy, but I'll be happier when we're done with all this mess. Like
for sure.
no coronavirus, no man. When you can actually go out to a restaurant with your friends and live life like a normal human being. Not like, just to let you guys know, I went to go get this phone. I feel like I got something here on my shirt. Anyway, I went to go get this phone, and I'm at the mall, and we're sitting there eating. And the guy walks up to me and he's like, "You can't eat after 6 p.m. You can't sit down and eat." And I'm like, man, I'm hungry. Like, you ever felt hungry and someone walks up to you and they start saying some negative shit? And
Yeah.
like in my mind, I was thinking, like, you know what? What if I just put this burger down and just beat the shit out of this guy? Like, what'd you fucking say to me? Bam!
That's funny.
And just start a scene at the mall. But I mean, you got to be civil, right? But at one point, dude, I mean, look what happened at the White House. This shit is crazy.
My girlfriend, she's from Venezuela and she's got friends that are from Spain. How, you mentioned like, you're from America and whatnot. Like, I guess how is the
okay, so here's the story. So here's the story. So I already knew this shit was gonna happen in the US. Well, not just US, but UK's like this too. So what I did was, we actually went through the English Channel to France by car, because when I was at the airport, they're like, "Oh, you're American, and you can't go to Spain because the Spanish immigration is not going to let you in." And I'm like, look, man, these Spaniards are just like Mexicans. My last name's Garcia. Like, it's the #1 last name in Spain. So I was like, you know what? Like, just put me in fucking Spain. I'm gonna get in, guaranteed. Like, ask Ryan. We got in through Mexico, right over the border. They sniffed the car. They did the metal detector twice, and guess what? We still got in. And once we were in, we were treated like human beings, like not this, And so right here in Spain, I went through France, a 24-hour drive. I drove through Paris. So all this is new to me. I'm in a new world. So how? Because Hex lets you do that. Because you can put your crypto into a debit card, into what Monolith is used out in the UK. So Monolith is like the Crypto.com card. So you could send your Ethereum to Monolith, and you can spend it for every day. If you need to buy food, if you need to pay for your cell phone, if you need to pay your Airbnb, like me, I'm staying at Airbnb. If you need to, whatever, anywhere Visa is accepted, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I went through Paris. I had that adventure. I was living 5 months in the UK, and I've held Hex this whole time. I'm holding Hex, and guess what? I bought even more. I bought even more.
What's your thoughts now, like, guys, with everything? We got the conference going on, and there's just like a lot. There's a lot going on every single day. Really every single day there's stuff going on in Hex. Just people to follow, think content going on, and there's so much action within the ecosystem too. just so much movement, you know, stakes, unstakes, buys, different things, and you know, different, and looking at the percentage of the interest and stuff, and it's just.
And I don't know how US is, but UK, luckily I got out of the UK because I had a small apartment and I didn't have a car in the UK. Like I didn't even think about renting a car. I should have rented a car to just but I was basically like on the train back and forth. But when I got out of UK, like here in Spain, the gyms are open. Everything's open. So
cool.
if you can figure out how to get here, like the restaurants are open. I'm in a little nice area called Marbella. So you got a lot of people from Sweden, Russian, Ukrainian. You got people from Britain here, from the UK. So it's really nice here. I go to the gym here in Marbella. They have a gym on the outside. They have a gym in the inside. They have tennis courts. Um, I haven't found anywhere where they play basketball, but I'm sure I could find a basketball court if I really try to look for one. But the economy is not shut down. Everything's open, but from 6 to 8 p.m., everything's closed. And then after 8 p.m., they resume business hours. Like
I've heard of
from
that. Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know what the hell they think. Like Britain, like people in UK, everything's
Hey,
shut
what's
down.
going on, Abbott?
Everything's closed. So yeah,
That's what
so
Silver said. He's from the UK, and he's like, yeah, he said his family on his recent on one of his streams, I think it was. He said, yeah, the UK is like really, really locked down, and
Yeah, and really quick, while we have Abbott here, just want to say again, dude, that was an awesome presentation that you guys gave yesterday. And I was saying earlier on the stream to Bran, that, you know, I've been throughout my life, I've been, you know, I've went to college and really studied a lot, and been in scholarship programs and different, like, really intense academic, other people giving presentations, and I've been to a ton of conferences and things, and really last night that presentation was top tier caliber, super high quality. That was really excellent. And I've been to tons of presentations and tons of academic things, and that was very high caliber, really good. So I mean, I know when people put in work in mathematics and everything and just numbers and stuff, and I can see it. And that was really good. So I just want to say, you know, thanks for that, man. Awesome work.
Question, Ryan. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Brian.
did you see any of the conference?
No, I tuned into your channel yesterday when I was at the gym, but I was like, man, I got to get back to the house. So I don't know exactly how you guys are doing it. If there's a link that I need to press, you know, I don't know.
So Matty Allen is doing it. He's, as far as viewing it, you can view it on Matty. You can go to like allmylinks.com/allin, and that's the channel that's hosting it. It's just a live stream that at least you can view. But to my knowledge, there is a Hex social that's like the last hour. It's like the 5th hour of the day at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when it starts, and then I think at 10 o'clock is when the social would be. But at the social, pretty much anyone can join, I think, that's watching or that wasn't like in it.
You're in the US, Brand?
Seattle. Yeah. I can show you.
Seattle?
The
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's not raining, surprisingly.
Nice.
Like that movie, Sleepless in Seattle with Tom Hanks.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
How's the weather? Is it snowing?
No, you know what? Let me see what it's not snowing. It's kind of like overcast right now. Let me see what the actual temperature is. I haven't even been outside today.
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's like 50 degrees maybe.
I've heard it's one of the rainiest cities there in Seattle. There's a high probability of rain all the time.
47 degrees. Yeah, I've lived here my whole life, and I was born in Washington, but just on like Federal Way, and yeah, Seattle's maybe an hour away from there. But yeah, man, it anytime, like, that's why it's really cool to watch, you know, your vlogs, Ryan, or to hear Crypto Ross that you're in Spain, because my girlfriend's got some family in Spain. But yeah, the more sun you have, the more vitamin D you have. Obviously, the more like natural vitamins. But in Seattle here, like, yeah, you got to take supplements, and during the seasons where it's not as sunny. But actually, yeah, unfortunately, there is a huge high rate of like suicide and whatnot here, and I think when you compare it to the other states. So yeah, definitely take the vitamins and but it's good. I like it. It's not too shabby.
Yeah, I've never had the opportunity yet to go out to that part of the country of the U.S., but I've been to California, went to like Yosemite National Park, went to Utah, Las Vegas. I think that's kind of it from the West, and I never went to Oregon or to Seattle up in Washington, and the capital of Washington is kind of funny. I believe it's Olympia, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like a weird, the capital.
I got family that lives over there. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to think like, I don't know, Mount Olympus or Mount, I don't know. It's just, but yeah, I mean, it seems like a beautiful state of Washington over there, and Seattle's very popular.
Hey Ryan, so where are you at now? Because I know you said you were in Columbia again, but I thought you went to Ohio and then came back. Or what?
I'm back down in Columbia. Just got in 2 days ago. And I was showing my place earlier. I'm inside because I'm on my laptop and I'm like charging it because it was gonna die. But I was showing the view here. It's the sun's going down now, but just came into this place today, and it's like a nice little view, cool balcony.
That's nice.
Just kind of there's this side over here, and just up in the mountains.
Quick question, Brand. So is the economy shut down? Like, are restaurants open by you?
So yeah, I don't even know like what phase and whatnot it's in, but yeah. Restaurants, well, actually, I don't know about restaurants. The places that I'll go to, like for like takeout and whatnot, are. But as far as sitting down goes, I think it is, but I believe it's just like limited capacity, or some of the places are closed down completely. Like you can just tell, kind of to your point, and I've seen this as well. I've seen this trend as well, but yeah, dude, a lot of businesses that were operating, that were say like mom and pop or restaurants and whatnot, a lot of them are having to be forced closed due to the environment.
What a mess, right? Crazy.
Absolute shit show, dude. I tell you what, to your point, if you owned a business, you'd want to obviously be operating where you can make money, you know.
Cryptocurrency, definitely right now. This is the area to be in, and I'm really happy to see people getting into crypto now. Institutional money, and it seems like more of the average Joe people are at least inquiring about crypto. I've had some people reach out to me, and it seems like there's some interest growing just with the average person, and they're starting to kind of understand like, hey, it's a pretty big deal. Digital money, everything. We're in 2021 now. So I'm pretty excited to see just a growing interest in cryptocurrency for right now. And I think these are really pretty exciting times. I love checking nomics.com, and I love seeing Bitcoin right now. It's at 39K. Ethereum's at over $1,200. Hex is in the top 10. Yeah. And it's just, I love going to nomics.com and just checking everything out. It's great.
So I agree. We got about 13 minutes just so everyone knows until I'm probably going to wrap up just because I got some other stuff to do. But
sounds good.
As far as that goes, man, Ethereum futures are coming out in February. And with the money that's in Bitcoin now, someone mentioned it recently. A lot of you guys, since you guys are both like crypto OGs as well, you know this, but the money goes into Ethereum into what we've seen
Bitcoin?
in the past is Bitcoin and then Ethereum. And then once those kind of slow down, the alts and Hex would be, in that category as well. And we're just getting started.
Yeah, I was telling people that that Ethereum is going to go to 10 grand, and people were like what? Like, I remember at one point I seen Ethereum last year at $90. Did you see that, Ryan?
Yep.
Did you seen that, Brad?
Was that during the COVID dip?
Ethereum was at $90.
Dude, I was buying Hex back then, man. Like one Hex, I was buying Ethereum back then. Like, one ETH, $80, $90.
Yep.
Stake that shit for like the adoption amplifier. You get like 1 million Hex per Ethereum, dude.
Oh my gosh,
so nice back in the day.
Crazy.
And now it's 1,300 or something like that. And like, did you see the Bitcoin twins? What's the Winklevoss twins? They said one Ethereum is going to be 75,000. It's the new oil of the economy.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, it's so much better than Bitcoin is. I mean, Richard's mentioned this multiple times, and even one of the guys, one of like the board people or something with the SEC, even said that they didn't officially announce it, but he specifically said that it's not a security, and that there's all of these things are kind of ramping up, especially with the bull market. We had a long ass. I mean, you guys all know how the bear market went down, but we're in that bull market again, and with everything going on, we're just primed to take off, man.
Yeah, if Ethereum goes to 75K, I mean, of course, like I always say, it's very, very hard to make, the forward-looking price statements, and nobody knows what's going to happen for sure with the price. But I do think there's a chance Ethereum could really see some significant price appreciation and really start to rally hard. And I mean, wow, if Ethereum really broke 5K, 10K, 20K, upwards of 40, 50K. I mean, that's some pretty serious stuff. And who knows, it maybe might not be in this cycle, could be in the next cycle. And this could be, I've even heard, this could be a super cycle to where it just does like really extreme price appreciation and just blasts through, or it could be somewhat of an extended cycle. There's a lot of different variables and things, and no one really knows exactly how it's going to play out or what's going to happen. But I do think we're getting into territory here where it's, things are looking good and things are going up. And when that force starts building, it's really hard to stop it. And I think what's going to happen is that it's going to really puzzle. I think the prices are going to go a lot higher than anybody thought possible.
And I'm happy that Hex, because Ethereum goes up, right? I'm happy that the Hex price is stable, even though Ethereum's going up. Like, you don't see Hex like going back down. You see it like, okay, like let's just wait a little bit until Ethereum loses some steam. When Ethereum loses some steam, then Hex just goes up a little bit, So I'm like, yes,
You're so right, man. It's slowly winding up.
Yes. Like, have you ever seen that movie, American Hustler? American Hustle with Christopher, the guy that played Batman.
I know of it. 1 second, I was pulling it up.
And he's like, yes, yes, yes. He does like he's holding the steering wheel, like, yes.
No, that's exactly right, man.
I seen someone writing on a notepad today. I'm not gonna say no names, Ryan, but I'm like, what are you counting your Ethereums now or something? How many Ethereums you got? But yeah, because somebody, I'm not gonna say who, bought Ethereum, and they bought like 22 full Ethereums when the price was like under 500, I think, and swapped that XRP before that price crashed. Because I didn't buy XRP. I even from the beginning. I had a friend from Chicago tell me to buy it.
I never got in that one, or XLM.
I had a friend ask like a coworker. He's like, "Hey, should I buy he said, "Should I buy XRP?" And I was like, just stick to Hex, man. I mean, that's the only thing I can actually actually say that's got like your risk is less, at least, and you're earning interest. So actually, question for you, Ross. So we got maybe like 8 or so minutes now. You mentioned buying more and whatnot. Are you staking any of it or some of it, or do you do like
staking ladder?
Okay, sure. Nice, dude.
The funny part about it, everyone that I got in did staking ladders. So we start like 15. 15, like I just tell them, like, look, whatever your time horizon is, that's the beautiful part about Hex. And in the beginning, I wasn't really too like if you think about crypto, right? This is the crazy part, and this is something that Cash App did. I know we got to go now, but I'm just going to be quick.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, look, Cash App started doing sats, where sats. They don't tell you you have 0.25 Bitcoin anymore. No, they don't do that. Okay, sure. They say you have 250,000 sats.
Okay, I see.
Because psychologically, you're like, the more, this is like a game, right? The more you have, the more money, right? So automatically, like for me, I remember there was another project. I'm not going to say what it was, but I had 1 billion of them.
Yeah.
Actually, there was more than one project that I had over 1 billion. And with Hex is the same thing. It was like there was a guy that Ryan knows who he is. He had 150 million, right, Ryan? And then he was talking shit about Richard Hart, and then he ended up selling. He ended up swapping it out to Ethereum.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention his name.
It's all
But
right, yeah.
dude, that guy, and that was my goal, was to get to where he was, to 150 million. But yeah, it just depends. Like for me, I'm 38, so I'm thinking that Hex is crazy, man. Like Hex could go to 10 cents next month.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm not a financial advisor, right? Like people say that like when they do the videos, but I'm telling you guys literally that I'm like looking at this shit like through a microscope. Like I'm more like a visionary type. Like I'm not like when I think of stuff, I think in pictures. I don't think in words.
Yeah.
I actually
Same,
talked to my
same.
sister. She thinks in words. I'm like, how do you think in words? But I think in pictures, right?
Same.
So I'm thinking that like imagine how many people, institutions are putting it for 15 years. Imagine, and then let's just say you emergency in stake. So Hex, like Ryan said, the math code on it is so like it's so advanced. And I'm not a math guy, but I could just imagine the stuff that they basically came up with, like in that scientific laboratory, like kind of like freaking mathematicians do. They're all sitting there in a circle. They're okay, guys, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's fucking make some shit happen, right? And then like now they unleashed it to the world, and it's like, well, shit, where can this go? Like this is some crazy shit. So so yeah, so that's all I'm saying is Hex could go to $1. Like you just you never know.
Well, and it's just a matter of time, yeah.
And if it does go to $1, I'm buying everybody lunch. All right, I'm not buying everyone a Rolls Royce. I'm buying everybody lunch.
I like
Let's do it.
I like it. Easier to hold accountable, man. No, yeah. Someone said to Richard on his recent stream, he had this like Swan Swarovski crystal, like this, swan, saying like it retails like 7,500 or whatever. And someone was saying like, oh, when Hex goes to $1, I'll buy you one. And he's like, I already got it, but no, to your point, yeah.
But and just to end this off like this, even if it goes to $1, what are you gonna do with it? Like, let's say you have 100 million Hex, it goes to $1. Now you have $100 million. Okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna swap it for Ethereum, send it to Coinbase, and then cash it out for fiat currency? No, I think that you should hold until we transition into a whole new system. So that's why I did a 10-year, 15. Of course, I have every like once a month for 2021. But that's not my target. My target is that within like 5 to 10 years, there isn't going to be any more cash.
And that is the point of a ladder, to your point. Thank you by the way for coming on too. Like I'm happy that we all get to kind of talk, because I've seen you and Ryan talk before, and I was like, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. And it's always cool to have people that are.
I was doing mortgages since I was 21, man. I'm 38. Why would I go back to work for a bank when I know that working my way up is not going to get me to, like it's about time, money, and freedom. Why do I say that? Because I actually started working with Bob Proctor in 2016. I became a consultant. So I work on multiple sources of income, but there isn't really too many sources of income that you can get into. Like the main sources of income is you could write a book, which I actually wrote a book. I'm looking to publish my first book called The Profit Express. But there isn't, if you want to have multiple sources of income, you want to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Hex. That is like your multiples. Because what are you're gonna buy property, and then guess what? You're stuck with renters not paying you rent because the mayor of Chicago is literally telling people not to pay their landlords.
Yeah.
So
they get screwed out of the deal.
maybe if it hits $1, like I mean, even if it hits $1, you don't think you're going to get taxed? You don't think the government is? You think that you're going to buy a house and everything's going to be okay? Like, you have to. I don't know. It's
We're
just
all gonna have to go to Puerto Rico. I guess I'll see.
I don't believe in the system anymore. I don't
I'll see you
believe in.
and Bran in Puerto Rico, and I'll see you, Ross, in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico, and we'll be there for 6 months. Get our capital gains tax taken off.
I agree, Ross, too, about the system thing, man. Like, yeah, the more you can.
I don't trust the system. I do not trust the system. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be away from like police officers, and it's not that I don't like the law. Like, of course, like I go by the law. I don't break the law. But guess what? People in the law don't even want to do their job because they're being forced to do something that they don't want to do. Why do they do it? Because of the money, because they need that job. Why? Because like I have a son, my son's 11, 12 years old. Like, these kids are growing up and they're going to school in the freaking, like, what can we do? Like, what can we do? So we just have to like wait for this whole thing to end. And then once it ends, I mean, let's just say it never ends. The U.S. government just keeps using the dollar. Let's just say it never ends. We're just going to get wealthier and wealthier. And you can't when you're in crypto and you go into it, like me, I've been in crypto for 3 years, right? And I don't understand everything. I'm not, like I said, but I know what the trend is. Just like I saw the mortgage trend, I'm seeing this trend. And I'm telling you guys right now, like, there isn't going to be any more cash. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what the plot is. I don't know how it's going to happen. But all I know is there's not going to be any more cash. It's going to be, it might even be where there's not even government. Like, that's how crazy this is. Because Ethereum, all these like all this stuff is disruptive technology.
I agree. I mean, things like the internet. I mean, it's funny. I'm only 24 and was born in '96, but these people that are older that like question me about, and not like I like prophesize and whatnot, but sometimes you have people saying like, "Oh, well, what makes the value of cryptocurrency?" And they're like super heavy into the stock market, and even things like kind of like you said about the old system and whatnot, like the cryptocurrency. Oh, actually, real quick, are you on Twitter? One person saying, if you feel comfortable sharing that.
Go to crypto life.
Yeah, it's on. I've seen you on there before.
Yeah. I have a Twitter actually. Let me see if I got the other. Yeah, I'll tell you what the Twitter is. I don't even use it that much, but
because you're doing a teaching too, right? Like, can you tell?
Yeah.
Like, as we exit, can you I guess elaborate a little bit more? And same thing with Ryan before we leave.
Yeah, sure.
So
I've seen him on Twitter. I think it's
Crypto Life School.
Okay.
Just Crypto Life School. And maybe like whenever you guys see this, just go to cryptolifeschool.com and then all the links are going to be on there.
Okay.
Because people might watch this video like in a month or 3 months or whatever, but the website should be up within this week. We should be up and running. And I did all the Zoom videos. Everything's on the website. Like, the guys are working to make it a clean website that is user friendly on your mobile phone and blah, blah, blah. So, but like I said, guys, like, this stuff is crazy. Like, it's so crazy that Ryan called me. Remember, Ryan, you're like, hey, it's going to be crazy. Like, we got to get the hell out of the US. Like, something's about to happen. This was when
I think, or yeah, we're about to go. But even before that, like, I didn't really even know who you were. And I was making videos on my channel about Electra. And then I remember I started making ones about Hex, and then you like left a comment and you're like,
hey, hit me up.
Hit me up. And I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And then like you sent me an email or something, and then like, or something, and then you called me, and then we were talking on my lunch break. I was walking, and then like I was telling you about Hex, and then what kind of, I told you kind of, then we kind of stood up with MetaMask and stuff.
When you're on this side, you can't have a normal conversation with people. Like you can't sit there with someone that works a 9-to-5 job and tell him, hey, guess what? There's this thing, it's called Ethereum, and this guy named Richard created a CD, it's called Hex. Like even if you tell people, go to Hex.com, and if you would have told them the first week, because I did tell people, just go to Hex.com, guess what? Those people would be multi-millionaires right now. And Ryan could even tell you, remember Jeff in Hollywood, California?
Oh yeah.
Well, when Ryan helped me set up my MetaMask account, Jeff was right next to me. He had $20,000, 20 grand. Now, if he would have put that 20 grand, he would have had about 85 million Hex. Guess what? Instead, he got an apartment in West Hollywood and he gave the 20 grand to the landlord. And then he calls me a year later saying, hey, why didn't you tell me about Hex? Like, why didn't you tell me what this stuff was? And I'm like, bro, I've been trying to tell you this whole time, dude. Like, why do you think I was in a Taco Bell in Arizona setting up my MetaMask account with Ryan on the phone? And he's like, bro, you're crazy. It's Christmas. What are you doing in freaking Taco Bell on your birthday? I'm like, bro, because guess what? While people are out there working, I'm out finding time, money, and freedom.
Yep.
And
we got a few more minutes. We got 5 minutes until Hexologist, so we'll go.
It's still early in the game for the people that are tuning in. The girls, the single fathers, the married people with families. You're still early in the game because, like, if the Winklevoss twins are right about this, 75,000 Ethereum, then guess what? Hex $3. $5. And at that point, you can't even calculate it in dollars because the dollar is not going to exist.
Crazy. Crazy.
I know it sounds crazy.
Richard mentioned we're going to be like, as far if it's, you mentioned, all about real estate, the market cycle around 10 years. Well, with crypto, Richard mentioned, we could be, this is obviously all speculative, but we could be in like a 3 to 4 year bull market. And yeah, 75,000 ETH. I could totally see that.
Man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and
that would be
honestly, I think this is all in the cards. Like this is all part of the plan because like this next bull run is gonna last till like 2030 probably. Like it could last till there isn't any more driving vehicles. Like now we got drones. Like I seen a video, I forgot who it was, but they said within 10 years, there's Uber, they're coming up with the flying drone. It's going to be like you're going to be in the sky. Like it sounds crazy, like to even think I can get from, let's say, Los Angeles airport to Hollywood, or from a major city to the airport, like within 10 minutes. But some cities need that. Like California traffic was horrible. I lived there. Oh, yeah. It was horrible. And if you can get from one point to another, I know Elon Musk is doing like a underground tunnel. Like he's trying to do that. Yeah, I saw that. And it actually works. Like I seen the videos.
Vacuumless too. I agree. We need that. Scaling
solutions. Like to give it to like the average person, just make sure they're not crazy enough to freaking hit a building and shit like that, right? Because you do got crazy ass people that freaking terrorists and shit, right? But I'm just saying, imagine thousands of drones, like thousands of people in the sky. Like that would be so badass to actually experience it. And then to have the ability to afford something like that through Hex.
Be like the Jetsons, man.
Yeah. Like, so like if you guys seen that Blade Runner.
Yeah, like Blade Runner.
Yeah, like kind of like that type,
futuristic.
So yeah, man. It was a good talk with you guys, and thanks for having me on, Bran.
Yeah, we got maybe like just one more minute. So, so you said, someone actually couldn't find your Twitter, and I couldn't either.
Let's see.
Yeah, maybe feel free to do that. While you do that, Ryan, tell us where can we find you? What are you doing in Hex?
Sure. If anybody wants to find me, on Twitter, I'm at Ryan Lopez Crypto. My Instagram is RYANP3Z. Let's see what else. I'm on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/Ryan Pez. Facebook or YouTube, youtube.com/Ryan Lopez Crypto. My other one's youtube.com/Ryan Lopez Travel. And I think that's pretty much it for my kind of social media things. And I do some daily stats with Hex, Twitter at Twitter at Hex Daily Stats, and
you nice, dude, nice.
yeah,
Okay,
and Telegram at Hex Daily Stats. So they both have the same name, easy to find.
I like the color you've been doing with that. The color change too. It looks good.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, and I do the the color schemes, whatever, like that, and that's pretty much it. Just following everything every day, and I mean, make sure you guys tune in to the show later on tonight, 8 p.m. A lot of stuff going on. And so Ryan, that's for buying some good webcam. Yeah, I'm in low lighting right now, and I don't have any good streaming gear, but it's all good. I'm just going whatever.
Yeah, no, exactly. Thank you for joining, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
So at Twitter, it's Crypto Life Club. At Crypto Life Club. On YouTube, it's Crypto Lifestyle Club, or I think it's still up there. But the best way is you can find me on Instagram, Ross Garcia 1, ONE, Ross Garcia 1, and go to the website cryptolifeschool.com. By the time people watch this, just it'll probably be up like within a week or two. The website will be up, and that's it, guys. That's about it.
And very quick, everyone who tuned in today, great job. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and everyone. It's everyone working together. That's what Hex is all about. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the work, everyone. Spreading the word, doing the comments, pressing like, everything, building up the algorithms, and thanks to Bran for hosting the stream and for all of his great work that he does for Hex and promoting Hex and spreading the word and just every day and just being just really into it and just putting out all that effort, all that energy into it. And so thank you, Bran, for everything that you do for Hex. Thank you so much, and you do an awesome job.
Thanks, guys. Well, and just so everyone knows, I'm still here. I'm still waiting for Hexologist to go live, so I'm just gonna let those guys go. Thank you for coming on the stream, but yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up in the chat room until the actual Hexologist show starts. So if anyone sees that he is starting, I do have my notifications waiting, but we're just gonna wait until he starts and just answer a couple of last minute questions. I guess if anyone is on D Live, I cannot rug pull the stream. We can maybe distribute the petty amount that's there. And then let's see, what else do we got here? Let's see. So Hexologist, Hex.doctor, he should be streaming in just a couple of minutes here. And then we also have the Hex conference tonight. It's in about an hour and a half from now. And we'll just keep going for just another minute or so here until he gets going here. But for everyone in the Hex community, we're doing amazing things. The community is not going anywhere, and we're all a great team. So I see that Ross is still in here. We'll chat for a couple more minutes until Hexologist does go live, and then I'll cut us.
That'll work.
Thank you for your time, man. If you don't mind, I mean, I can.
Yeah, for sure. So so you're 24, right?
Yeah, 24, October 24th.
What made you get into crypto?
Well, so I got in 2017. I was kind of like getting into like investing because I was working at CenturyLink at the time, this internet company, and my coworker, he owned a gold and silver store, and he was a little bit older. He's probably like 60, 65, 67, something like that. I don't know, mid 60s, but he owned a silver shop, and he was always telling me like, dude, no worries.
Something's wrong with
no worries, yeah.
This is weird.
I'll keep talking as you do that. No problem. So my coworker, his name was Leon. He owned a gold and silver store, and he would always tell me like, "Oh, Bran, now's the time to buy platinum. Now's the time to buy platinum, and it's a good time."
Hold on, can you hear me?
Stuff. Yeah, yep, I can hear you.
Hold on.
Can you hear me, my friend?
What's wrong with this thing?
No worries. I can hear you. Yep.
I can't hear you at all.
Okay, no worries. I can hear you, but so that's how I got into crypto. Was in 2017. My coworker was talking about silver. I got into that, and then when I was exploring markets on Reddit, like silver markets, I also found out that they were mentioning like, oh, Litecoin's a digital silver, and long story short, got into that, and then you can tell millennials since they started a sentence with "so." Exactly, that's true. Hey, at least I'm not I shouldn't say at least I'm not, but at least I'm a millennial, not a Gen X or some of those Gen. Anyways, can you hear me? Okay, he's frozen. Okay, we're gonna remove him from the stream. So yeah, we got the chat. Let's go back and see if Hexologist is live yet. Doesn't look like it yet. If I look at the Hex price, we're at what's 1.26 pennies. So Hex is doing pretty good. Looks like Colin got some lemons, Eco Builder, and Hex King as well. And let's see. Can you hear me now?
All right. So I don't know what happened. But anyway, so how'd you get into crypto? My bad.
Oh, yeah, no worries. So, so how I got in here was I had a coworker in 2017 that I worked with that owned a jewelry shop, gold and silver. He sold gold and silver near where I lived and near where I worked. And I got into buying silver and kind of investing in some precious metals. And then I went on to I was always a big Redditor. I'd go on Reddit, Reddit.com a lot, and I don't do so anymore. But I found out that some people were saying like, oh, Litecoin is similar to the digital silver of Bitcoin's digital gold, and so I got into that narrative, and then followed Richard Hart, and he was really like Bitcoin maximalist at the time, and then long story short, I'd followed a whole bunch of influencers at the time, and then Richard Hart was the only one standing and the only one that actually had a track record that was verifiable. He didn't delete these shitty price calls, or he didn't do this and that, and he was always the most authentic. So I just kept following him.
Nice. Did you see the trend, or did you see the numbers? Like, were you like, man, I want to get into this to make a lot of money, or were you like, I actually have a passion for, like, now you're doing streams? Like, I know in the beginning. In the beginning, what's crazy that because like I would go on the radio every day, and I remember taking my brother's fiance, right, to the radio station, and she was scared as hell. Like, people are literally scared to talk in public.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much easier on camera than it is in public.
And it was crazy. Like, she was in there. I'm like, you okay? She's like, yeah, but I'm scared. I'm like, just calm down. Like, everything's gonna be fine. Like, it felt like I don't know, like you're gonna throw someone off of a bridge or something. Like one of those moments, So yeah. So what's your passion? So your passion is crypto then? Or like just talking, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to mute you while I talk, just because it's going through the speaker. But yeah, I'll unmute you once I finish talking here. But so yeah, my passion now is Hex. I mean, when I got into Litecoin and all the other alts in 2017, I don't know, a lot of them went down in value, and Richard was always kind of the one with the right track record. And so, long story short, I never even intended on coming out. I mean, I was under an alias for a long fucking time, and I still am. It's, I made my alias public now, but the BallietBran is my main Twitter channel and across all socials. But Hex is what inspired me to. First off, it was Hex, and then secondly, it was like Hexologist and RG3 that inspired me to start streaming, because I joined RG3 stream one time and had a really good experience. I said, oh, there's people that are like-minded to me. They're not just these degenerate crypto, degens. And long story short, yeah, I'm pretty much only in Hex now. I just got a little bit of Ethereum to run gas fees and transactions, but yeah, Hex is the one that I'm in now, and staked variously. I definitely take the latter approach. Got a couple hundred stakes, and varied between different sizes and different quantities. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into. Let me unmute you. Here you go.
It's crazy to you know what? Let me I think the reason I couldn't hear Well, I don't know, but I'll try to put on this headphones real quick. It's crazy how
Here, actually, Hexologist is going live. Let's.
All right.
You
Well,
got
it's good
1 minute.
talking to you.
You got one
All right.
last minute.
It's crazy how Richard he kind of like figured out this decentralized finance stuff, you know, like ahead of time, like ahead of the curve type thing, you know.
Mhm.
So I wanted to give it up to you for what you're doing, and also if Richard jumps on, give it up to him, and for all the work that him and everything he's done behind the scenes to make it what it is. And hopefully we get through this and we have a new system, like new economy, new, you know, because I'm looking forward to it, because you know I want to be free. I don't want to be stuck at home, if you know what I'm saying, you know.
Totally, man. Yeah, cryptocurrency gives us the opportunity to take back our freedom and not be reliant on government so much. So, in that case, I'll let you say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye. I just started hosting Hexologist on Twitch, and yeah, thank you for coming on, my friend. You know, feel free to reach out to me, twitter.com/BallietBran. Well, actually, I can reach out to you. It's Lifestyle Club. You said Lifestyle Club.
Yeah. Crypto Lifestyle Club or Crypto Life School. All right.
Thank you, man. Have a good day, guys.
All right. Peace out.